There you go.
What's up, boys? How's it going? Thanks for tuning in to the Rust Belt Mechanic Chit Chat on a Sunday, New Year's edition.
What's up, everybody?
21 people in there. We're kind of messing around with our OBS setup here on the computer, so hopefully that whole intro thing worked and all. Maybe, I guess.
Might have.
Might have. Captain Ron does it all.
It looked good.
He's the guru. So we have had off, or at least I have. I've been off since Friday. I've had Friday off, Saturday, Sunday, 3 days off. Been making one continuous video for you guys. I've been coming to terms with an issue that I have, and that's that I'm kind of a hoarder-ish. Kind of is shit in my garage.
Kind of is a loose term.
Yeah. We just had a bunch of shit in the garage. And it's just where everything congregates. You know, whenever somebody doesn't know where something goes, I just put it in the garage. Don't worry about it.
You guys have seen past videos. You know what it looks like. We don't have to tell you nothing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You guys have seen past videos.
Nothing worse.
Ignore that.
Yep. So we've been I freaking gutted the garage this weekend. Dude, I had everything all out in my freaking yard. And
I broke it.
Spread out everywhere. And then I had a company send me some really cool stuff from Flexi Mounts is the company. They sent me some really cool stuff. I did a like 6 foot by 8 foot overhead shelving unit in here. And then they sent me this freaking 4 foot power shelving unit that starts off low and you can load everything onto it, hit a button, and it raises it all up to the top. So had all that put in, got some new shelving units, got everything figured out, and then we're just we got Sunlight Gods finally brought us some new light in here. That's one of the bad things living here in Ohio that kind of sucks when you're trying to work with streaming and doing videos and editing and all that kind of stuff, is that you get off work at like 5:30, and by the time I'm freaking off work, it's dark outside. It freaking sucks. So me making videos is stuck down to doing them on like freaking Saturdays and Sundays, which is some time that I want to spend with my family and all. So, you know, it kind of sucks. So now we've got a lot of light going in here in the garage, able to mess with, you know, doing some more stuff in here in the garage. Hopefully we'll get some more videos and content from here at the Casa de Rust Belt. Get that stuff figured out. Question about my master Fosun.
Ignore that.
Ron's clicking on stuff.
Ignore the sound you just heard. I'm just playing for a moment.
That's all. Master Fosun's clear. It says a good code pending.
Dogs are going nuts inside.
Freaking
apparently.
dogs inside. Yeah, you'll actually probably have to run it through a couple of good drive cycles if that fixed your issue. You know, if not, then I'm sorry, you know, whatever on that one. But you're going to have to run it through a couple of good drive cycles before it'll even think about clearing on that one, especially if you don't. Some of the scan tools also won't clear some of the hard codes unless they have run a good OBD2 cycle on those. Chris, Doug in here, Aaron, boy, all kinds of cool people in here.
Whopping 40 viewers.
Yeah. So one of the topics I wanted to bring up tonight was doing some stuff at home, doing some side jobs, doing some jobs and stuff outside of work. I wanted to hear what you guys do and maybe some of the ideas that I have and what I've done. Currently, right now, I really don't do side work, but that's just because I literally live 4 minutes away from the dealership. So if I ever really need to do something on, you know, my cars or my really good friends or family, then I will go in on a weekend with my tools and stuff and do them at work. So me doing side jobs at home, it's just not really practical in that sense. But I have done side jobs, you know, pretty much all the time ever since I had started school up until most recently.
What's up, Lance?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm stuck to is when that's funny.
I'm gonna change that eventually. That's just the default one that comes with the stream services. But I'm gonna change it to where it'll be something like
Zombies.
well, besides zombies. But
I like the zombies.
well,
Zombies are cool.
Okay.
I love zombie movies.
But Jeremy, thanks for subscribing.
Yep. Yeah. If anybody who doesn't know me, I absolutely love zombie movies.
Caleb Johnson, thanks for subscribing.
I love zombie movies. I always have. Dawn of the Dead is the fucking jam. I've always loved those. So, yeah. Zombie year is always cool.
Yep. I don't know.
Anyways,
We'll play with it some more.
Back on the topic. We're about doing side jobs. When I started off in school, you know, you're kind of the struggling artist / mechanic, whatever. But you're trying to, you know, make some money on the side, get everything done, and, you know, trying to help out your family and friends and everything too. First thing that I would have to say is that never do shit for free. Never, ever do things for free. Now, if it's your, like, mom and something like that, I
you charge her triple.
Whatever. But all the rest of your family members, your cousins, your aunts, your brothers, sisters, whatever, all these friends coming out of the woodwork when they find out, dude, he's a mechanic. He can fix our shit. Sweet. But no, that's a lot of my older friends. They contact me when they need something, and that's most of the time that's all I hear from them for. Which, you know, it happens. You know, people's cars break. You drive some crappy cars, but you know, I try to help out when I can. But one of the things that you do is you never ever do shit for free, because once you start doing stuff for free, then people start expecting stuff for free. So the next time they'll come through and, you know, oh, I just need my AC charged real quick, just real quick. And then they'll expect that. And then when you're like, oh, that'll be, you know, $30 for doing that. And they're like, well, I don't have any money. I'm like, really? Zombieland's the shit.
Do you know they're coming out with the second one?
Yeah. Yeah, that's freaking awesome. I love Zombieland. I won't do it.
Okay, we're both like.
I know we need to make that bigger. Don't do it right now. Don't mess with it. It'll just mess up.
Really?
That's luck.
Really? We're
Exactly.
gonna be like
Chris,
that?
you know how it is. The friends, they come out of the woodwork once they know that you're a mechanic. You're like, oh, we went to high school together. I hear you're a mechanic. Well, I've got a 2006 PT Cruiser that you know needs some cool stuff done to it. That sound good to you? No.
Does Snap-on Epic drawers pull out all the way? I don't know why they wouldn't.
Yeah, well, I'll take that back. They lack coming out all the way by like ½ an inch. It is like right there, very close to it, but they're like right there. They stick when they're cold or when they're really new. If you haven't used a drawer in a really, really long time, that's actually my Master Series box did the same thing. So those drawers just kind of stick there. You just have to pull out a little bit harder, but they should come like all the way out. They definitely should. Make Chris M a moderator.
He should be. Or wait.
No, he's not. Oh, you can't do it from here.
I might be able to. Yeah, he's moderator.
No, Chris, not Steven.
Oh.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Chris is a cool guy.
Add
You need to be a moderator, man.
Yep, we can
That's
do
what I'm
that.
talking about.
Give him the wrench.
Don't ever pull out all the way. Trying to decide on a Master Series or an Epic. So that is one of the things that I get asked most often, really, is, you know, I'm here, I've got my Classic, and I really want to upgrade, but I don't have much money. Save your money. If you can afford the just afford the Master Series right now, don't do it. If you really want the Epic, like you know that you're eventually going to get there and you really want the Epic, just wait a little bit longer and get the one you want. He couldn't wait.
I didn't wait.
No. That would be my recommendation, because you're going to save the most money in losing money on the resale value of your toolboxes. So you won't lose as much when you come to resale. Now, other side of things, thinking about from Snap-on point of view, is if you're trading boxes in on new boxes, the box that you're trading in, they will give you damn near 90% or more of their initial value on trade. You know, they just kind of hide it in the back end, but any kind of Snap-on boxes that you trade in, they will give you, you know, huge amounts of trade-in value on it. Yeah, don't rush into the purchase. I mean, you're not going to be able to, especially if you want an Epic box. If you want an Epic toolbox, I mean, be prepared to wait like 4 months. Unless it's like red with, you know, regular chrome trim, then they're going to have that stuff in stock, but not usually.
Nathan, are you talking about like Christmas trees?
No, rounded bolts and stuff. I have not gotten to use the FDX sockets yet, but I have heard and seen fantastic reviews on those. I use also the Snap-on bolt and rounded extractor set, just the little, I want to say it's like a 30-piece extractor set, and those things work fantastic. Or just don't round the stuff right off, you know, right off the bat.
Yeah, I've done that.
Mm-hmm. Rigid versus aux beam. Well, I have not used rigid lights. Aux beams are pretty decent. They are pretty good. I don't like some of their flip chip stuff that they use for their LEDs, but yeah, Joel did a review on the FDX sockets. I think he actually did a 2-part review on the, you know, an initial one, and then after he's used them for a while, he did a full review on the FDX sockets. So if you haven't seen it, go over and check out the Snap-on review channel.
Caleb wants to know what part of Ohio we live in.
We live just north of Dayton, the place that's out in BFE, and there's nothing around. Except us cool mechanics. Yes, JDM A-Star for the win on LEDs. Now, that's not just because I have had parts sponsored through them, but as you see in my videos, when I do reviews, especially on LEDs, I do them to the full extent on there. So if they end up being shitty, then I'm going to tell you that they're shitty. But JDM A-Star, every time that I brought a new product on to review, I bring out all the information, so you guys at least have that to take away from the videos. But every time I've reviewed something from JDM A-Star, I'm like, wow, it looks and works that good. I've done, I think, 2 or 3 videos on JDM A-Star lighting now.
Heather says, hello from Dollar Dental.
Oh, my sister. Yep. Thoughts on Harbor Freight torque wrenches? I owned one. It went out of calibration in 3 months, and it was checked on the Snap-on truck. It went out of calibration, and I never bought one again. So that's all I know. It was just
it's Harbor Freight.
That was just, you know, run-of-the-mill fluke thing. I guess it could have been, but I bought it, used it probably 5 times, and then Snap-on guy came around and said, hey, you know, we're doing torque wrenches and we're calibrating your old ones and we've got a deal on new ones. Brought the torque wrench onto the truck, and it was like, I want to say it was like 7 or 8 foot-pounds out. Under is from what I remember.
Demo wants to know how the headlights holding up.
My headlights are working pretty nice right now. I really want to get a set of custom ones. That's not in the funds right now, just because those things for custom headlights for the truck are like, I want to say like $1,200, $1,300. They're kind of outrageous and ridiculous, but I want a really nice set of custom done headlights. The bulbs they work fantastic and everything. I've got, you know, light for days going down the road. Oh, it's one of those things that carries over into the garage. Don't look up. It's too bright.
Brandon wants to know, have you seen the new Icon toolboxes from Harbor Freight?
Icon is not a Harbor Freight brand.
That's what it says, new Icon toolboxes.
Well, Icon is Snap-on. Harbor Freight, or how do you...
Maybe it's a Harbor Freight version of an Icon.
I guess it could be. I was just wanting to see how he spelled it.
ICON.
Yeah, I don't know a whole lot about the Harbor Freight toolboxes. I haven't done any reviews on those. Go over and check out Truckmaster. He has actually done quite a few reviews on some of the newer Harbor Freight toolboxes and roll carts. He got hooked up by them, got some of the first ones that they had coming out of all those new colors, the greens and the oranges. He's got quite a few of those. So if you want to see some of the new stuff and what he thinks about those, his wife actually put his new Harbor Freight roll cart together for him. So they're pretty easy.
Have you ever used the Wright wrenches or the Napa
Carlisle. I've used a set of Carlisles once. They weren't mine, but somebody had a set of them. I liked them. The Napa, I have not. Yeah, IQON is Snap-on. Yeah. The Icon through Snap-on, that is just a classic series with a master series height, I believe is what those are as. Plus they have decided to sell the shit out of those and put a whole bunch of different wraps and colors and fancy whatever stuff from them.
Do you have a Snap-on Tech Angle Torque Wrench?
I have a 3/8 Tech Angle Torque Wrench. I use the shit out of that thing all the time. I really would like to get a 1/2-inch one, but another one of those things where my 1/2-inch click style is working, and I just can't quite come to terms with spending like $650 on a 1/2-inch Tech Angle wrench. They're badass, and I love my 3/8 one. I use that thing very, very often.
So do I.
Yeah, he does too.
Warren wants to know when the new Toolbox tour is.
We're working on it. We're trying to get through these videos, but man, I've had a backlog. So many things that I've told people, yeah, I'm going to do a video on that. I'm going to do a video on that. And yeah, I'm just trying to get through what I have promised to people and to the viewers.
I will say this: we'll have it done eventually, and eventually is kind of a cop-out, thing. But in all honesty, we probably won't do one until closer to like May, because at that point I'll have more. Maybe I'll have more tools in it, except because it's not. If we do a toolbox tour now, you'll see like 5 or 6 new tools in it, and that's about the extent of it. Mm-hmm. You'll see a new toolbox. You'll see a bunch of empty drawers. But come May, I'm going to be putting in another order for my school to get more tools. So at that point, we'll have a little bit more to look at. But right now, keep your eyes peeled for the background to his videos, because you might see glimpses of it. Mm-hmm. But yeah, as for
it's purple.
Yeah, it is. Part of it is
purplish.
Mm-hmm.
It's a pretty sweet toolbox, though.
I mean, if you really, I'll tell you right now, if you really want to see what it is, you can probably go find it online. But it is gloss black with chrome purple trim, and it's freaking awesome.
It's a 72-inch Master Series.
Yes. Yeah.
That is one of the things that I have not had the pleasure of in a long time, is having a toolbox, and then like, wow, I've got like open drawers. I got room for more tools in here.
Yeah, I've got room.
I mean, I do have a lot more room in like the cabinets and stuff in my Epic that I got, but the actual box space isn't really that much, because I didn't really need all that much more space in the actual toolbox part, because all the hand tools and stuff I really don't need that much more of. I don't see myself purchasing a lot more of those, but the like specialty stuff in the cases, those are the ones that I find myself buying more and more nowadays. Not working?
Huh?
Not working?
No, it's working.
Okay.
Just turn it on.
Everyone on YouTube lives in Ohio. Eric the car guy, yep. Junkie lives down in Cincinnati, down in the nasty natty. He works on them big trucks though. Harbor Freight, Snap-on, Blue Point, roll carts. What's my thoughts? The Harbor Freight ones, those are really, really good for the price that they are. Like if I was to need and want a roll cart for here at the house, I wouldn't buy a Snap-on one or a Blue Point one. I would unless it was a used one, I would probably buy a Harbor Freight one, because the quality on those has come up quite a bit, and the fact that I don't use it as much, I don't abuse it nearly as much. So here at home, I would definitely be buying a Harbor Freight. At work, I had a Blue Point, and I had no problems with that. And I pretty much only upgraded to the Snap-on version of the one that I have because the Blue Point didn't come in the color that I wanted in that style that I wanted. I had to go to a Snap-on one to get that. So I rocked the dual sliding with the workable surface, the rubber work surface. That blue cart that I did in a review before, that's one I used that one for like 5 or 6 years. Happy New Year's, buddy.
Happy New Year. In 28 hours.
Yep. So, yeah, that's my views on that one. Think about getting a new cart. The other thing is wait until they have that cart truck go around. If you're looking at Snap-on or Blue Point, every once in a while, my dealer does at least, they'll bring around a trailer full of tool carts just on special because he got a big special in ordering like 30 of these freaking roll carts at the same time. So you guys get passed on some of the savings and benefits on that. Same thing with toolboxes. Don't really go for the big toolboxes unless they're on like severe discount. If you pay full price for these toolboxes, you're a big dummy. Just saying. What's up, JC Smith?
Warren, no, we did not stock up on any fireworks. Matter of fact, we're going tomorrow for a New Year's party at our tattoo shop.
Yep. South Main Auto, Eric O in the house. What's up, buddy? Yeah, tomorrow night we've got a couple of plans to have some tattoo shop fun. You know, that's another thing that I promised, that I would get my Rust Belt Mechanic tattoo. You know, JRC.
We're definitely going to live stream that.
Oh, I'm going to live stream getting the tattoo. JRC keeps on saying that I have to get his, but whatever. I don't even have my own yet.
I mean, if he wants to donate. Money talks, I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm. That's right. He's not even in here.
Nope.
I haven't even seen him. But yeah, I'll definitely be live streaming me getting a tattoo of my logo on me.
We're going to get it. Are you about cheap?
No, I'm getting it right here. Like this hole for my arm, on this arm, the only part I have tattooed is my forearm right here. So I've got from here down. So I'll probably end up getting it there or lower part of the bicep there on my right arm. My left arm's full.
You still need to get special tool number 1.
Finished, yeah.
And number 2.
And 2. Yep. Need your vinyl ones.
How about the you did of your vinyl and then the vinyl on
are you talking about the video over on Instagram? So, funny thing, we were going to lunch the other day and get a notification, and it's one of the guys who is locally here. He goes to a couple of truck meets, and I've given him a couple of my vinyls to hand out, and he freaking messaged me on Instagram that video. So I'm like, what the hell, where's he at? He put my vinyl in the front windshield of his truck, and just so happened that going down the interstate when we were going to lunch, he's like, look, there's a sticker, there's Rust Belt. There's a sticker, there's Rust Belt. So that was a very, very cool little instance that happened. That was pretty neat.
It was kind of funny.
Yeah, it was on Instagram. He drives this POS Chevy truck, and he knows it, but he loves putting the Rust Belt stuff on his truck. I think it's funny. Which also reminds me, I am going to be getting some new Rust Belt Mechanic vinyls in here soon, and I'm doing it more colors. I got a couple of people that have said, you know, yeah, I would get them, but they don't come in the colors that I want because I only had them in white before. So I am doing them in like 6 different colors now. I'm going to do them in white, black. What else did I tell them I was going to do them in? Blue.
Green.
I might have ordered a purple. Red and some green ones. Yeah. South Main donation for the new Toyota Tet. You're crazy, dude. Eric, don't give me that crap. Don't give me that crap. I don't think I could ever get a Toyota tattoo. Now, if I ever owned a Lexus LFA, that's as close to Toyota that I would ever come.
What's up, Nick?
Yep, that's about as, I don't know. Nothing against Toyota and all. My grandma owned a Toyota. There is nothing that's awesome about Toyotas. They're not that great to work on. They don't make good money. You know, they always got to have stupid special tools for junk. But and it's always stupid stuff that people bring in for jobs on Toyotas. They're like, oh yeah, I've got a airbag light on, but only comes on when it's like, you know, it's the second Tuesday of the month. I'm like, how does that have to do anything with it? Really? Oh, how deep down inside I love that Prius.
Yep.
The only reason that I would ever get a Prius is to do a Hayabusa swap motor in it. I would do that. Between that and a smart car, that's one of my biggest wants is to like motor swap a Hayabusa.
Greg says, yeah, your vape says Prius.
Whatever.
I thought that was Subaru.
I thought it was too. I did own a Subaru though, for a short time. Till my wife.
What's
blew
your
the
thoughts
motor.
on BMW?
BMW. Well, I guess what version of them? I've worked on quite a few different BMWs, especially recently. We got a really nice M5 traded into our dealership a couple of weeks ago, and that thing is, it's amazing. Oh, now that no, JC, I don't know how long we can do this, you know, kind of YouTube relationship here because that's just not going to work. That blue oval stuff, you could donate $500 and it ain't going to happen. It's not going to happen.
Everybody's got a number, man.
Yep, can't do it.
What's your number?
Not forever for a Ford.
What if it was like this big?
Nope. That's even worse. Who gets a tattoo that's like this big? That's just screaming, I lost a bet. Like, I'm just saying, you know, I lost a bet and I got a tattoo this big because I'm trying to hide it.
Eric says 965 subs till Hellcat.
Dude, my subs have been jumping insanely recently, and a lot of it's because of that freaking Hellcat video. That Hellcat video dropped in.
You mean the Trackhawk?
Yeah, well, it's a Hellcat motor, but you don't really see much of the Trackhawk. You know, people just see the Trackhawk thing on the screen, and I guess it's gotten click happy. I know for me and my channel at least, it's gotten an insane amount of views. Now, Eric O's channel, he was like, it's a slow Tuesday, kid. Whatever.
Some people can't hang with the blue oval kids. They prefer Isuzu Max.
Yeah, Go to Doug's coming up. That's for sure. Yeah, I hit that, and I've been getting like 100 subscribers at least a day just off of people watching that video. But that was JRC
there he
finally.
Is. After we've been talking about him.
Late, but
you know,
always good to see him.
He's only 30 minutes late. That's
only. See, this is what I love about the community that we have. This tool community and cars and everything. I like seeing everybody come in, and we got freaking 60 viewers on a Sunday. That's pretty awesome. It definitely is.
On a New Year's Eve Sunday.
I guess that's a thing, yeah.
It is.
Yep. You get those waves, and there's certain videos that you'll do a video, and stop kicking shit. Playing with.
Do what I want.
You'll do certain videos, and biggest thing would be like Ron's Toolbox tour video on his blue Toolbox. We did that one on a Sunday afternoon, and you still get...
Which is why I'm wearing flip-flops.
That is the shittiest comments that we always get. God.
People called me out for days about the fact that I was in a shop wearing sandals.
Yep.
I'm like, we weren't even freaking open.
Yep. But anyways, I did that video on a Sunday afternoon, and I'm like, yeah, I just need to put out some content because I haven't gotten to it in a while. But then, you know, that freaking video blew up. You know, it's got over 100,000 views in a couple months, so it just absolutely took off. I got it pulled up.
Fine. So while he's looking this up, I got a question for you guys. So I got to thinking, you guys have always been wanting me to...
124,000 views.
It's pretty bad.
Captain Ron's Toolbox.
So you guys have been talking about me wanting to do stuff on YouTube and whatever. I had an idea the other day about... See, I'm into... I don't know how much mechanic stuff in the shop that I can do. But I got saying to Kyle the other day, I said, we should do a stream where I'm playing a game that is Car Mechanic Simulator 2018. Your thoughts?
These people tune in for taking these cars apart.
Yeah.
Do you want to watch Captain Ron
Take apart virtual vehicles.
take apart virtual vehicles?
And watch me be bad at it?
Now, can you do virtual diagnostics? Like, do they come in for issues?
Yeah.
They do?
Yeah.
Okay. That'd be kind of cool. Like, if you could set up certain, scenarios for doing diagnostics.
I don't know if you can set up certain stuff, but it will come in saying, it's got something going on with it, and you can diagnose it and actually order parts and the whole 9 yards of it.
Now, I have the other thing I wanted to track back to. Eric, you haven't done a Toolbox tour video either. People were ragging on you crazy on your live stream. You have not got on the Toolbox tour train. We haven't seen a South Main Auto Toolbox tour. It's going to be like 3.5 hours long.
They wonder if I can throw virtual tools. No, that would be cool if they had it.
Only if it's a Prius that you're trying to diagnose.
That would be cool if it had VR. I mean, we don't have any VR stuff, nor do I. Well, we have a computer that can actually run it.
Yeah.
We just don't have the space for me to do it.
Yeah. That would be.
But that would be cool if it actually is VR capable.
Yeah.
Because that would be funny as hell.
I think it would be. I think it'd be real good.
I'm gonna have to look into that. I don't even know how much a VR headset for that would be. Probably way too much.
Yeah, I don't know what it is up with Toolbox tours. I don't get it. Some of those, I guess some of the Toolbox tours, when I first started on YouTube, I'm like, you're just opening drawers. But then I guess, some of the guys, they want to see it for the organizational things, I guess. I didn't get the huge hype on it, but people love them. So I'm going to give the viewers what they really want to see, I guess, is what I would say. The other thing I have learned also, especially when we're talking diag videos, Eric O's awesome at it. And you show everything that it takes in the diagnostic process. But what I've come to find out, like when I just did that Trackhawk video this last week, that I didn't show me doing the compression test and leak down test ahead of time. And I was kind of doing that stuff because I was going back and forth with Chrysler Engineering. Whenever a high dollar vehicle or client comes into the dealership, before the car even gets in there with the issue, I get a notification from Chrysler saying, hey, this car is coming in. You need to fill us in exactly what's happening as it happens. And a $100,000 Trackhawk is going to be one of those vehicles. So I had to dive into that thing, and we did compression tests and leak down tests and put a borescope down into the hole. Couldn't really see much.
Retrieving the mirror out of the...
Yep.
They put the borescope down in there, and then they lost the mirror.
Yeah.
In the head.
Our borescope, my borescope, it's got a little mirror that's angled at 45 degrees, so you can see the cylinder walls and everything. And I was showing Brandon, here we're doing it this way. And then he was kind of looking around, and he goes to pull the borescope back out, and the freaking mirror falls down. And I'm like, well, hope you're good with a magnet, because that thing's going to have to come out. Yeah. So I have come to find out that I caught a whole bunch of shit. Well, why didn't you do a compression test? Why didn't you do a leak down test? Well, I did. I'm sorry. I just didn't get it on video. There's so many things you got to, I guess account for on the YouTube videos that people are going to roast you for anyways. But for the most part, that Trackhawk diagnosis, that did go pretty good. I'm glad that we got it apart. I'm going to pull the valves, actual spring and everything off so we can pull it apart and see the failed valve seal this next week. I did the video and then I went on break here, so I haven't even been back to the shop since we found that stuff. The parts are supposed to be here this next week, so we'll be reassembling, cleaning off the head, and then we're going to be putting everything back together. We got a new head already all put together, so I don't have to worry about valve springs and putting valves in and all that.
You do a wicked road test after you fix it.
You won't be able to hear much. He's cut out the muffler. See, most of the guys, when they have the Trackhawks, they do a resonator delete, and it just gives it a little bit of an extra bite to it on full throttle. But he cut out the mufflers in total. It's 3-inch straight pipe all the way to the tips, and it is obnoxiously loud. Now, it sounds badass from about 100 yards away. You know, you snapping necks left and right, and that's what those Trackhawks are meant to do. But you can't hear yourself.
Oops.
You.
What?
Stop kicking shit.
I'm not.
Uh-huh.
Feet up here. Shush. So Eric wants to know, what tools would you recommend for a 13-year-old with a dream job of being a mechanic?
13-year-old. Wow, that's pretty awesome. Whatever tools you can get your hands on. It also depends on what kind of jobs you're going to be doing. You know, if you're wanting to start in on a family business that's with like body shop, you're going to have a whole different line of tools than what you're going to be for an automotive mechanic. Getting some just basic sets so you understand how the tools work and how fasteners work. It's not always about the tools that you're using. It's about how well you can use them. You understand fastener torque, torque to yield bolts, understanding living here in the Rust Belt, when you know that bolts are going to snap. So stop pulling on the damn wrench before they snap off.
Somebody over there?
Learning that kind of stuff is one of the biggest things that you cannot learn from a book or anything. It's going to have to be by feel. And then you still learn that kind of stuff 5-10 years into learning these things. Like when you start rebuilding rear ends, rear differentials, having the feel of the turning torque on the pinion, how tight to tighten the pinion nut down. It's a lot of, you know, experience and knowing how things work and how they feel.
Shut up, Lance.
About 14 Ugga-Duggas.
Yeah.
Yep.
In his defense, he said tighten it.
No, that doesn't count. That shit doesn't count. 37 Ugga-Duggas later, snap. Why'd it break, guys? Why'd it break? The customer's waiting. What do I do? Fucking fix it.
That wasn't me.
Yeah.
That must have been Brandon. He's not here. He's not here to defend himself.
Oh yeah, I started off with Craftsman tools. My dad had a set of Craftsman tools, and I literally grabbed all of his old tools, and I started my mechanic career with just Craftsman tools. I went to a couple of other lines. I had some Pittsburgh pneumatic stuff, a couple of other Harbor Freight tools, and I just did what I could right there in the beginning. Now there's some things that you come to find out that, especially if you're in a shop that's like hardcore day-to-day kind of stuff, that you'll find out what stuff you break more often, and you need to buy a little bit better quality tool.
JRC wants to know, what's the skin over the video?
That's
Captain
all, Ron.
That's all me.
It's on OBS.
So there's two ways to do YouTube live streams. You can do it straight through YouTube, and it's just a full screen camera image, just like normal.
Tighten it till it gets loose, then back it out a quarter turn.
Yep. But there's also programs to where you can get a little fancier with it if you want, as this looks. What I'm using is a program called Streamlabs OBS. It's basically a streaming platform that you can load onto your computer. You can actually play around with all the stuff. Like, next time you guys see this live stream, it's going to look totally different because I'm going to change everything. But you can do, like, you know, you've seen the notifications come up right here in the center of the screen. You can do those. It'll show up for donations, obviously. You can change sounds, pictures, all kinds of stuff. Have the chat that's over there. You know, just kind of do whatever you want. Just makes it look a little prettier, a little more inviting. Not just a bland full screen us.
It would have been a bland us if Captain Ron didn't know what he was doing with this stuff. He did streaming stuff before this, so he knows what's going on.
Yep.
He slopped it all together in like 15 minutes, whatever.
That's pretty much what it is.
That's what it is, man.
The app is geared more towards the Twitch platform, but it does have YouTube capabilities as well. So I'm gonna tweak everything to kind of look a little more Rust Beltish.
Yeah, Chris, you've been doing a whole lot of gaming lately. Up through 4 hours in the middle of the night playing fishing games. I've been catching that one.
I'm about to go follow him.
We look small now.
Sorry. You want us to stand up? I'll stand up. Is this better? Is this better?
No. He worked on first gen Durango. Yeah, I made a lot off of first gen Durangos. What's up, Coon Trucking? Thanks for tuning in, man. First gen Durangos, they have their things. It's one of those things where they're getting to the point where they're getting old. The 4.7 liter engine that they started off with,
Not anymore.
Those 4.7 liter engines, they weren't known as being the most forgiving motor. They were very efficient, but they were not reliable if you didn't take really, really good care of them. That kind of sucked for that. But yeah, just like anything else, Chrysler, they take some electrical issues and they take some know-how.
Hi from Australia.
The Aussie land. What's up, buddy?
Aiden Lodo.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for following, by the way.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome to see all you guys in here. I appreciate it. It's pretty awesome. So, I guess back onto the other topic of doing side jobs. One of the things that after I got into the point where you always have to charge for side jobs because they'll come out of the woodwork expecting free stuff, is the kind of side jobs that you're going to take as compared to the place that you have to do them. Don't ever bite off more than you can chew in a side job, because it's just going to be whoever your friend or customer is going to be pissed off at you, and it's going to bleed over into your day-to-day relationship with them. So your friends are going to become enemies because you don't have his freaking Dodge Dakota timing set done yet. Well, I didn't have time because it broke the tensioners and I had to replace this. Now I'm waiting on parts for that. If you got bigger jobs like that, you better be sure you know what you're doing and you can get them done in a timely manner. If you promise somebody a car to be done in a certain amount of time, do it. You may be eating all your profits in the job, but just get the shit done. And it sucks. That's why I don't do a whole lot of side jobs, because people know the kind of work that I can do. They're like, have you ever done timing chains on a PT Cruiser? Yes, I love doing them all day long at work. At home, no. I don't have a whole lot of room here in the garage to be able to do that. Two, I just running into the issues that you have. Oh, I snapped off 3 bolts there. You're going to need a new motor mount, and now everybody's pissed. Yeah. Or, yeah. I'd rather not run into that kind of stuff unless I'm at the shop with my everyday tools and I can get shit done better and faster. Here at home, I don't have that many tools. Here, we're going to take you on a little tour here. My tool box and setup that I have here is Milwaukee Tool Box. Yep, no snap-on tools here, and I don't have any Milwaukee tools on my shelf either. I've got all Ryobi tools, hand tools and stuff here to be able to work at home. There's not a whole lot of mechanics tools. I got all kinds of honey-do list projects and shit to do at home, so I don't have the time and energy to do a whole lot of mechanicking at home. Oh, I love that Milwaukee box. It works great for at home. At work, it's not near big enough to do anything but be a roll-around cart for the stuff that I do. But it's awesome for at home. I love the dampening drawers on it. They work great. Oh, that pegboard setup, I love that. It's diamond plate pegboard. I got that stuff from Menards. Put up that 8-foot wall there of the pegboards.
It is pretty sweet.
Mm-hmm. Aiden, thanks, man. I appreciate the donation. That's awesome.
He also said earlier, and you probably missed it, he said you're one of the best YouTube mechanics out there.
Aw, look at that. Being all awesome and stuff. I love my Ryobi tools. Now I'm going to give them the credit where it's due. Some of their newer stuff that's been coming out has been a lot better, especially in their brushless line. But prior to that, they're not known for having like
everything
the biggest.
Ryobi is brushless.
No, it's not. Not everything.
Most of it.
But not everything on their lineup has been like the best in the business.
CJC?
The Milwaukee's kick butt, you know, compared to these especially. Those toolboxes, the Milwaukee one, I think I got it on sale for $650 at Home Depot when they had them. They actually don't even have them in stock right now. They discontinued that one and went to the Husky one that's a little bit longer. I think that one's a 48-inch wide box, and I think they went to a 52. And my neighbor, Andy, who was on here earlier, he literally just got the new Husky box that is spit an image of that, but it's like 4 inches longer. It's a pretty badass box, especially for at home.
I will say about this box, the one thing I like the most is the dampening drawers.
Mm-hmm. Those dampening drawers
You can slam
awesome.
those things as hard as you want.
Mm-hmm.
They won't slam.
Oh, you went for that snap-on meter? Dude, I love that meter. I'm actually going to be doing another review on another snap-on meter. It's not anything like really fantastically new, but it's going to be off of use of this older meter for doing some of the things that everybody wants to do. I don't want to give too much on that one. What's up, Hard Knocks?
Andy's still here.
Andy's still here. Yep. He's the one who also helped to install the lighting and stuff to make this awesome stream available. These things are like freaking daylight. It's pretty awesome here. But yeah, those Ryobi tools, they're awesome for at home. The reason that I went to those is I had some of them early on, and Ryobi, smart as could be, you know, a lot of the other tool manufacturers, they've switched up their battery, you know, how they connect into the tools. They went from the slide-in to the push-in style and whatever. They've changed so many different times that it sucks, you know, when I'm like, oh, you guys changed your batteries. Now I got a whole new fucking set of tools that I need to get because you changed your battery. I couldn't get the batteries anymore. Ryobi is stuck with their batteries forever. So some of the tools that I had, like I had a screw gun that's like 9 years old. I can put the brand new lithium batteries in that, and that tool works perfectly. I love that. Plus, Ryobi has a much larger line of tools than just about anybody out there. I'd say even more than more so than Milwaukee these days. Like I have a pool vacuum from Ryobi. I love that thing. It's freaking beast. It's huge and it works awesome. It saves me a lot of time doing the little cleanups in the pool. Ron's gonna bust it off the wall here.
Whatever.
But yeah, this Ryobi pool vacuum, it works awesome. They've got a lot of specialty tools like that one that just come in, you know, clinch when you really need them. I know every other manufacturer, but I got one of the plunge cuts for it today because we're going to be doing some cutting in the walls to put some new outlets in tomorrow. And that's freaking awesome. I love those.
It's up here. There it goes.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, they've got some really nice ones. Need to get a Cummins. Well, Caleb, tune in because I have a feeling that I'll be getting one in my somewhat near-ish future. Yep.
Am I on top of it?
Sorry, I got to catch up with all the chit-chatting. The new Craftsman, the new 20-volt stuff. I really mess with it.
Where'd the vacuum go? New vacuum.
It's around the corner because you kept on putting it against the wall. It kept on falling down.
Oh. So, here's the new vacuum you got.
Oh yeah, I got me a Ryobi brushless vacuum for in the first floor of the house here. It works pretty nice. It sucks. First gen W100 Cummins, huh? Take stock in the water pump company. I make more off the freaking Cummins water pumps than anybody else does. You know, recall wise, you know, how many freaking water pumps on a Cummins?
Alton says he wants to see a toolbox tour of the home toolbox.
I might do that. It's not going to get done right now, but I might do that.
Check back in like 7 months.
Mm-hmm. Pump for house chores. Yeah. I always got them honey-do lists, Robert. Always got them honey-do lists. And this weekend has been nice because I haven't worked on other people's shit. I've worked on my stuff, getting the garage gutted and doing organization and shit that I want. Yeah, we got a bunch of shit that needs done in the house and taken care of, and the charger needs an oil change and a couple other things. But I didn't want to do that.
So is the Kia.
I wanted to do this shit. This has been nice. Actually doing my stuff that I want to do. Do you know why the Jeep SRT 8 speeds clunk when downshifting? SRT speed, fill me in on what year Jeep SRT you're talking about for that one, so I know which transmission and whether you're in track or sport mode. Most of them, there's software updates all the time.
So Yoda says, quit your job and go YouTube full time.
Quit my job and go YouTube. No, I have to get about 50 times larger to be able to quit my job and go to YouTube.
Plus, I'd be lost.
Mm-hmm. 2014. 6 to 5 and 4th to 3rd. Are you in sport mode also? Because if you're in sport or track mode on those, they are going to have a harsher downshift because it thinks you're trying to decelerate. But then after that, the first thing that I would be checking would be my line pressures through that.
Is that any mode?
Any mode. I'd be checking line pressures, which most scan tools will be able to read in there, whether it ramps up the line pressure too much to be able to.
It is.
It is. It isn't if you look at it from the other side. Captain Ron will fix it.
I'll fix it.
Yep, he'll fix it. My bad. But yeah, check that one, and then also most dealerships will be able to tell you they've got a million software updates for those things. Shift enhancements. They don't even tell you what they're going to update, but they just say shift enhancements. Heard of the K-Tag programmer? No, I haven't, man. I have not heard of that one.
There, fixed.
The work that you're doing. You have no YouTube content. I mean, that's true. It doesn't matter if for some reason in the future I were to quit my job and do YouTubing, I would make content because I have found that I'm just going to do YouTube content on the stuff that I like and that I enjoy. I'm not going to be changing what I like working on. I might not have the venue of a dealership to be able to do it, but I would still make my own venue for doing the kind of shit that I want to do. And I'm not going to change that either. Everybody's like, oh, you should, add Corvette content. No, I don't like that stupid stuff.
Davey, thanks for the compliment on my sweatshirt. Appreciate it. He says my sweatshirt's badass.
Yep.
And Hard Knocks, he wouldn't have to learn that because I could probably do that for him.
Clickbait the shit ever. I'd have to get a whole lot better thumbnails.
Someone says hello from Piqua.
From Piqua, huh?
Right there.
Yeah. How about that? Pickway, as Siri would say.
Peakway.
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 Mm-hmm. YouTube content on a race truck build. Everybody wants to do a race truck. I want to do a race truck. We're going to find one eventually. My truck's not going to be a race truck. That's my legit everyday driver.
So Hard Knocks wants to know who's my favorite turtle.
Obviously.
It's
Raph.
This one right here.
The one he's got a tattoo on his forearm of.
And then second favorite will be this one. Donatello.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, flag was crow. God, whatever.
See, I knew what I was doing. I knew that shit. Don't tell me. Who's the one who told it was,
I don't know,
the wrong way the first time? Who said it?
The flag is wrong. Stars to the left if looking at it.
Yeah. I was looking at it.
So is it wrong now? Well,
So
if you're looking at it,
no.
stars to the left. So
No, look. It's the image on there.
Well,
is switched. Whatever.
I'm looking to see what it looks like.
You're gonna see what it looks like. It looks like that.
No, it does. Oh yeah, it does.
I told you.
Shut up. So wait, do I need to turn it back around then?
The screen's a mirror. Whatever. It's a flag. It's hanging. I don't mean any disrespect to anybody. I love the America flag, and that's why it's up right here right now. So, get over it. We are from the Ohio. H&H, what's up, man? I know you were in here earlier. Yeah, everybody's in here. Man, we got the whole tool gang in here.
61 people are in here.
Shit, yeah.
That might be a record.
No, I've had like 90-some when I do giveaways. This is kind of nice seeing this many people in here, and I'm not doing giveaways. So
cool for giveaway, we're going to give a partially used bottle of
HomeSense
window cleaner for whoever can answer this question.
No, you don't want that shit.
What if you autograph it? I bet they'll take it.
I sent out one autograph thing. I sent out one thing that was autographed. Hey, you autographed it too, and he's in here.
I did. Shave the beard.
Nope, not gonna happen. Nope, Yoda Doug, you can keep on dreaming on that one. That's never gonna happen. This magnificent thing, it's a work of art.
Dude, he got a beard straightener for Christmas.
Legit
beard straightener.
And for you guys with beards, I shit you not, getting a heated beard comb, it's like a beard straightening comb, it's made like the world's difference in how awesome it is. Oh, H&H, I think I'm going to get a magnet in the mail. I need some magnets for that toolbox. Yeah, I don't have any on my home toolbox.
I can fix that.
That's awesome.
I can fix it.
Yoda Doug needs to grow some man facial fur. There we go. Give away the truck. You wish. I'm sorry. It doesn't matter how much money I make. I ain't never going to give away my truck. I had somebody ask me, because there's been a whole lot of cars coming into the dealership recently that have been like I want to get the I made it their vehicles, and it's hard for me to hold off on that because I need to hold back on it, you know. But yeah. So when that came into the shop and they're like, "Hey, would you be interested in it?" Then, you know, I kind of got thinking, I'm like, would I trade the truck in? And my boss asked me that, and I'm like, you know what? Even if it was the same money there is like a Hellcat, I don't think I'd trade my truck in for it. And the first magnet going on the toolbox, Justin ATV. Sending that one on the Milwaukee box. Put it up on top.
Where? Up here?
No, in the back where the Milwaukee logo is, in there. Yeah. Yep. Thanks, SRT. I appreciate you tuning in to it.
Bang. Right there.
The TST big event in March. What is TST? I don't know if I'm just not getting short and hyphenated stuff. Thanks, man. Who has the best beard on YouTube in the tool community?
Me.
I don't know. Justin ATVs is pretty awesome. He's got a pretty good beard. Joel, it's there, but it's a little bit thin. You know, longer but thinner. Knox, he's got a little bit of facial fur going for the win too. I don't know what TST is. I don't know. What's it mean?
I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Snap-on tool review. That's what I said, Joel. Yeah. Who won the Toolie if that last year? Now, Knox, you won the Toolie, didn't you? I wasn't in the community then, so I think I saw like a play of a video or something like that. But yeah,
Alan wants to know when we're going to come to Australia for a holiday.
Dude, I would love to come to Australia.
Honestly, that's always been one of my life goals.
I've
wanted to go to Australia.
Yeah, Australia would be a badass trip.
It better be everything that Crocodile Dundee told me it was.
You're right, Knox. I think that was one of his videos that I had seen. I think Joel took it this last year.
I bet that flag's made in China.
I bet you it is too. It came from Diesel Crate, so it could be. Curveball video. Yep. Oso. What's up, Gut Man? Thanks for tuning in. Audubon Dan. TSC. Big event. Training with G, Julia, and the others. You met Eric O, Keith, and the others last year. See, I don't even know what TST is. I don't get invited to that kind of cool stuff. Where is it? What is it?
Well, the one in March is in New York.
New York City. I am going to try to make it something where I can go to a couple of the tool shows that are a little bit closer to Ohio. So I'd like to do a couple of those this year. And maybe.
Alvin says I think a live toolbox tour would be better than a normal one.
A live toolbox tour? Maybe. You know what? I'm going to make a point. This week, I'm going to have my toolbox, my home toolbox, all nice and organized. So next Sunday, when I do a live stream, I will do a full toolbox tour, live stream here. So you guys can ask all the little questions and everything you have. You can see all my Craftsman tools and Roy Obi tools and everything that I have here.
Another person noticed we're using Streamlabs.
Yep.
See, I told you it was a good idea.
Yeah, I know where Hillsboro is. That's not, I mean, it's like 45 minutes away from here, but yeah.
And thanks, Dan.
Experience or with aircraft? No. Nope, I don't work on aeronautical planes. In fact, you didn't mention text. Haven't seen your new box in 2 months. That's depressing, man. That sucks. Yeah, I love my toolbox.
I love my toolbox.
All my toolboxes. They're pretty. I like taking care of them.
I just bought more wax for mine.
He likes to wax his toolbox in the dark.
Yeah, so don't judge me. What I do after hours stays after hours.
So, looking into the new year, everybody's always got your New Year's resolutions and whatever bullshit you think you're going to lose weight and everything.
Did we cover this last stream?
Huh?
Didn't we cover New Year's resolutions last stream?
No.
Pretty sure we did.
You weren't here the last live stream.
Oh, it was 2 streams ago.
Whatever. So I think for this next year,
it puts the lotion on the box.
New Year's resolutions for your shop work, especially at home stuff. I want to hear what you guys want to do for your at home tool collections, your shops at home, what you're hoping to work towards, because everybody loves having that garage man cave and stuff. I myself, you know, I'm starting to get mine all hooked in. I still need to run some plumbing for my compressor. I have a compressor that's out in a shed, so I don't have to, you know, house this giant compressor in my garage. And let's see, what else was I wanting to do out here?
Why can't we put a TV out here?
We do need to put a TV out here. That's what we need to do. We got to put a TV out here and some sounds.
We've got 2 down in the basement.
Yeah, I'm sure we could do that.
Just don't know where we'd put it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then, oh, that sucks.
Apparently we need a glory hole.
I have a radio. You know, we have radio. We have our cell phones and we've got some Bluetooth speakers out here. So we have radio-ish out here
Oh, we're gonna fix the one. We are gonna fix the speakers
for outside. We've
They're
got
gonna work here.
out in my pool area. We've got outdoor speakers that are hanging from the afts, and so we're gonna have those wired in this summer. That'll be good.
My wife says no to a TV in the garage.
Yeah, but you have a computer in the garage. That's just as good as a TV. Whatever.
Pretty much.
You just need to get a nice, like, 50-inch big screen over there and then a Bluetooth keyboard and a small computer. So you just run all that together. Who is making the chat? I'm pretty sure my wife just hacked the live stream. Yep, she legit just did. From the kitchen.
I get right in there and give her a high five.
Yep. The live stream has been hacked. Talk about putting glory holes in the garage. Yep.
We're not the ones that's going to run it, though.
No. I'm not paying any money either.
Yeah. Wait.
That's what I get for leaving my chat and everything up on the computers and the iPad so they can do this thing. Mm-hmm. She had to chime in because she was upset that she couldn't read any books this time. Last time on the live stream, she got to read a book for everybody to hear, and she got some mad comments from that.
Bitch, I ain't the one we're going to throw. Make sure you tape the edges. Don't need no dick splinters.
Dick splinters. She was an awesome story reader. She read a great story last week, so I need to find some more automotive-related books so we can have some.
I'll find them.
Some story time with Miss Rust Belt. Talk about a tool chat. Yeah, it kind of gets off into tangents here and there. It happens.
What?
But you
Not
guys take
us.
it there, and by you guys I mean you too. Yeah, you're in here too. Mm-hmm.
Can we just have her read like automotive manuals?
Now, I just see this going off in a weird tangent. I can see my wife reading automotive repair manuals in a sensual voice.
Dale says, no, now we know who the bitch in the house is.
Yeah.
I didn't make the first comment, I just ran with it, made it better. Touche.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I can see her doing some sensual repair manual reading.
Make sure you fill the washer fluid all the way to the top.
Turning torque is 400 inch-pounds in stereo. She is pretty awesome. I have to give her that one. I'll keep her around for a little while at least. New series for the channel. Sensual Tool Stories. With Miss Rust Belt.
It's Rust Belt After Dark. And we can put one of those grainy filters over it, like when you used to watch Cinemax whenever you didn't have the channel. Make it a little blurry.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I never did that.
The Launch 431.
If you're picking out my voice, I need commission.
Now she thinks she wants commission too.
I just died.
Hoes don't ask the pimps for the bunnies. Come on. There's no negotiations in this.
Oh, God. Oh, I hurt.
It hurts so good.
Red Brake Shoe Diaries.
Uh-huh. You said you're using the Launch bidirectional OBD scanner. Is that correct? Yeah, I was using the Launch X431.
Sessions.
I haven't used it in a couple of weeks, but I used it for quite a bit before I did that little video on the 5 different handheld scan tools. And that thing works awesome, especially for the cost that it is. It was a little bit slow on the boot up, but for all of the different things that it did, especially when it came to diesels, it did the diesel particulate filter regens. That was really cool to see out of a scan tool that's not even $500. To do a manual regen on a lot of even brand new, like 2017 and 18 vehicles that had the capabilities of doing that, like on a VM diesel for a 3-liter Grand Cherokee, it was able to start up and run a manual diesel particulate filter service for that one. A lot of these guys, especially lately, buy these newer trucks and diesels that they don't do standard driving for them. They don't drive them on the highway very much, so they don't go into regen as much as they should. They do little putting around and in-town driving, and that's the worst thing that you can do on a modern diesel.
Can we call it 50 Shades of Coolant?
No. Now, Chris, I guess in your shop, do you guys have a nice scanner that the shop pays for? Like, we have a Snap-on Zeus at the shop that we work at right now.
50 Shades of Coolant.
50 Shades of Coolant. We have a really nice scanner at work, the Zeus that we work with. And then before going into the YouTube stuff and getting all these extra ones, I had the Blue Point smaller scanner. It was like a $120 scanner. It just makes it nice for clearing codes when you need it. Somebody on the the lot, they want you, hey, can you just check this code for me real quick? Because we all know that the Y-Tech and the Y-Pods, dude, they take forever to boot up some days, and it just depends on if Chrysler is deciding to work whatever that day.
50 layers of rust or 50 shades of wires.
Why? I have a scanner for small diagnostics. So you don't have any other specialized scan tools for off brands? Your shop doesn't supply a nice scanner for that one? I mean, that kind of sucks.
Tell your shop to buy you a new scanner.
Yeah, the Zeus is badass, and it's one of those things that it's almost too good. I mean, the price is definitely way up there, but we're able to do anything and everything. The scoping functions on that are pretty nice.
We had a Solus, and we did quite a bit with it.
Mm-hmm. So that's why you want a new scanner. So, Chris, just hold off on that one. Now, I mean, I guess, first off, what kind of price range are you looking into? Now, so the X431, you're talking like the $400-ish price range. And for what it does, it's really good. It does miss out on a couple of things, newer vehicles on like some of the ABS specialty brake bleeds and some of the, like I found that it couldn't do a steering calibration on a BMW after we did an alignment on it. Our Hunter alignment machine was able to do it, but that X431 was not able to do it.
H&H, have a good New Year, man.
Thanks for tuning in, bud. Glad to see you coming in. Now, is like $1,200 out of your price range, Chris? That Veris D10, that thing's pretty cool. We actually had our Snap-on rep have a couple of older Veris that they were trying to sell this last week that was on the truck was a really, really good freaking buy.
He said it's a little high for upfront price.
Okay, I gotcha. Well, I've been doing some testing on a couple of the newer scan tools and stuff to come out through TopDon, which is a launch-based hardware platform, and then their software is strewn into it. I guess you could look it up. The TopDon Artipad Mini has been one that I've been blown away by. It runs. I want to say it's like 11 or 1,200 bucks, somewhere around there. Don't quote me on that. I'm just pretty sure that's what it was. But the capabilities that one's able to do is really awesome. Even with the Snap-on, like the Verises, they weren't running cordless dongles to plug in. So this Artipad Mini, it's got a cordless port that it's able to plug in, and you can have your handheld scanner out and about and doing whatever you need to do. Just for example, on some of the testing that I used it for this last week, I had a 2017 Chrysler 300 that we did some repair to the forward-facing camera system on, and that was able to do a relearn procedure for the forward-facing camera, the driving relearn test. So that was pretty cool to see that it was able to do that.
Brad said he was going to go live, but he nobody'd come by now.
Aw. Now, Brad, we tuned into you the other day. He was doing some really cool stuff done in his shop. Just a few. Found one.
Hey, apparently it's Hard Knock's birthday today.
Knox's birthday?
We didn't know that?
Knox, how old are you today? Come on. Share it with the channel. You can share with us today.
Alden, it is 9 o'clock in the evening here.
Right, Chris. Yeah, that's some of the first ones that they sent, and that's one of the reasons I've given away so many of them, is that there's a lot of companies that kind of want to say, here, try this, try this, try this, try this, and they're little $40 scanners, and those little Wi-Fi ones that you're able to plug in. Those things, I don't think I'll ever use one of those. I hate using my cell phone with it. I shouldn't have to get out my cell phone to use a lot of the, for a full scan tool. 39, he thinks. Well, happy birthday, buddy.
Yes, happy birthday.
I don't know, Dale. I don't watch the foosball.
It's 1 in the afternoon in Australia.
She's already in bed. She keeps track of all that stuff. No, my wife, no. My wife, she's like, wait, I have to do some calculations.
She's listening, right?
For how old I am. Yeah.
She's listening.
She can hear that stuff. She knows.
She can hear
Every
it.
time we ask her how old she is, she's like,
Wait for it.
Got to think of my sign-in stuff,
Wait
my
for
year, calculate this out.
Here it comes.
And then we have to figure out how old she is, because she doesn't like to remember that either. I am 32.
I am older than him.
Yeah. Age is relevant. It's all about experience anyways.
Right.
And how awesome of a beard you can grow. 803 in the Chi-Town.
I could probably try harder.
And not pick at it.
Yeah.
Once I hit 30, I just gave up and keeping count. Midlife crises. I don't know. Can I consider 32 a midlife crisis?
I mean, if you plan on living till 60.
No. I want to get like...
What are you going to do for your midlife crisis? What do you think?
My midlife crisis. I will... if it's in the cards and money really wasn't that huge of an option, I think my midlife crisis would be... I would take flying lessons.
Like pilot lessons?
Yes. And I would learn to fly a helicopter. That's been one of those things. Don't ask that.
You already know that he's going to do whatever he wants anyways.
I do what I want. Gonna get a Prius. What else?
And a Ford tattoo.
No. Nope. There's no crisis, whatever.
I can't say anything. I've got a Chevy tattoo, so.
See, somebody said 35 is a midlife crisis.
So next year for me.
Ron's coming
Wait.
up on his.
Wait, I'm just as bad as Ashley now. How old am I?
I that's one of those things that ever since I was a youngin' that I've always wanted to fly a helicopter, and I think that would be fucking cool to just have my own little
Shit, I'm 36.
He didn't even know how old he was.
Fuck. Wait, am I 30? No, wait a minute. Yeah.
See, she knows. She refuses to give me a Ford tattoo. See, now it just goes to show you I can't do it. It's not even in the cards.
Bet Johnny did it.
No, he wouldn't. He knows better. He knows better. But I would love to fly a helicopter, and I would love to own my own, even like a cheaper one. A little, just like 1 or 2 person, like 21-foot long helicopter to fly a helicopter to work. Like, I only live like 10 minutes from work.
She said, oh, fuck no to Johnny do it.
No. Yeah, she knows better.
You don't want to get your, what was the little side winder, or what was it that you want to get? The thing to tear ass around the cornfields?
Yeah, crossbow.
Yeah.
I want a KTM crossbow. And for some reason,
Yes,
I don't know
we
if there's any of you guys over in the UK or anything, you can't get them in the US. And it pisses me off. I really want one. A KTM crossbow. Look that one up. It's kind of like our version of the slingshot that we have here in the U.S., but it has 2 rear wheels instead of just 1. I want one of those really bad. That would be a badass car to be driving around out here. I'm pretty sure they run on a turbocharged Ecotech motor.
Everybody said Chevy's really awesome. So
do it for Dale.
So we're talking about tattoos. My very first tattoo I got, which is right here, is a Chevy Impala symbol.
Ron, what caravan do you have? His is a 2010.
Yes, mine's a 2010.
Mm-hmm.
No, we're not doing a Duramax swap on or anything like that.
I would totally, 410 kid, I would totally do one of those paramotors. The parasails. With the motor on it.
Big ass fan behind you.
Dude, that might be a little bit more obtainable than a helicopter, but I would definitely do that one. Yep.
It's a dirty Russian.
Hey, look, it's Corey in the house. That's your favorite dude. You don't even know. That's the guy that sent the awesome picture just for you.
Oh, fuck him.
The lamp. I got to bring that one up.
No.
Just for you guys.
Did you see the one that I sent you?
No.
The one I sent on Facebook?
Mm-mm.
It was a leg lamp, but it was your phone ain't working. It was 3 CPO's leg with R2D2
Oh,
stop.
yeah, I saw that one.
That's a leg lamp I can get behind.
So Captain Ron has, I don't know if it's a hate or just a phobia.
It's a fucking child scarring is what it is.
Of A Christmas Story. So Captain Corey Siddles right here.
No, Corey, I don't fucking love this lamp.
Sent me this picture, and it made my day. So we plastered this one up for Captain Ron to view over the last week or so, and it's been absolutely amazing. We love The Christmas Story, and he's such a bah humbug.
No.
Bah humbug.
No.
Whatever.
No. That movie is fucking garbage.
Yeah. That pic totally made my day.
I'm glad I did something for you. I will say that. No, I'll say it.
Do it.
Because you'll freaking ruin it.
Do it.
No, not saying it.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-mm.
No balls.
No, because I don't have to break every TV in the house.
Just saying.
A gift certificate for a Rust Belt tattoo.
Would you guys do that?
Who wants to come to Piqua and get a Rust Belt tattoo?
Who would come all the way to Piqua for a tattoo, a Rust Belt tattoo? Or just a tattoo from, see, pussy has no balls.
Yeah, I'm not
No
going to say it because I
balls.
know this guy would ruin my freaking day just because.
No, Dale, it is
Corey said he
just an overhead one. It does not come down, and that will actually be in the next video that I post. I'm doing a whole video montage of me gutting and cleaning out the garage. So that will be one of the things in the video, me putting that one up. It's like 4 foot wide by 8 foot long. It's pretty awesome, but no, it does not lower.
Corey said he'd get the tattoo.
You'd get the tattoo? You'd come all the way up to Piqua, Ohio to get a tattoo?
And Budget Tools says he'll come and get it if he can use the glory hole.
You would say that. Be sure to drink your Ovaltine. If I'm paying for the trip. No, I can't pay for airfare and all that other kind of shit. Now, we would have a pretty badass day. I would have to say we would have a pretty good time. But no, I can't pay for airfare and shit.
Alden, if you want to send a picture, you can send it to therustbeltmechanic@gmail.com.
Or message me on
Or
Instagram.
Message on Instagram. Or find him on Facebook.
JRC said he'd buy your plane ticket. Now, does he? Now, you still have to get a Rust Belt. Are you going to get a Rust Belt tattoo? Or are you going to get just a tattoo done by Miss Rust Belt? Yoda's asked if he's hiring for the glory hole.
We can play that song.
No. Instantly, shut off from YouTube.
Since we can't play it, do everybody their own favor. Go on YouTube and find Steel Panther, and the song is called Glory Hole. Do yourself a favor. Watch it. You'll love it.
That would be awesome, dude. If you're coming up for a freaking Rust Belt tattoo, that would be killer. That would be awesome. It sucked because I really wanted to come down to Alabama down there, Georgia. Georgia was where you were at.
Along with the tattoo comes a Rust Belt trombone for your pleasure. I don't even know. I don't even know if I want to ask what a Rust Belt trombone would be.
No. Yes, my wife, Miss Rust Belt, she is a very awesome tattoo artist. She's done quite a lot of awesome work. She's been tattooing for like a year and a half now.
Something like that.
And she's just grown exponentially on that. Some of the work she does, it blows me away. I don't have an artistic, viewpoint for a lot of this stuff. Captain Ron will make dinner. In-person tour of the Rust Belt shop and get a tattoo.
I mean, I am good at making dinner. Rust Belt tattoo on
your right ass cheek.
Wouldn't be the first time she's tattooed.
No, you would have to have split it down the middle. You would have to have Rust Belt.
Then
one on each.
Then it would be Rust-O Belt.
Rust-O Belt. Yeah, guys, go ahead and check out her Instagram account if you want to see some of the work that she does. There's her Instagram account. Oh, legit, definitely. You've done ass tattoos or whatever, but,
Of course, he'll get it on his chest.
There you go.
Full chest piece, this big, Rust Belt logo. Honda guy.
What's up, Mark?
What's up, man?
Everybody's still tuning in. So, back to the question from before. What kind of tools... we get off in these tangents and shit. What kind of awesome tools and garage stuff do you want to be acquiring in the new year? What are you trying to work for your New Year's tool goals? I want to see that one. Like I said, I want to grow my Ryobi stuff. Get a couple of new gadgets for the shop. Just kidding, until he saw. He would say that.
Someone needs a Rust Belt tattoo, but like a belt buckle on their waistline.
Mark said he wants an air compressor and a welder. No debt. I think that's everybody's goal, but it's the thing that
space.
But it's the goal that nobody ever reaches. Stop motion of Legos. Hell yeah. Those Milwaukee stubby impacts, that's on Captain Ron's wish list. Those are super awesome.
Hell, I'm just be happy to get a 1/4-inch ratchet, electric ratchet at this point.
Bed liner top for the box. I like the bed liner top on my box. I didn't think I would because I went from a stainless to that, but I really do like it.
Mine came with one.
I've got a pretty nice compressor, and thankfully I've got a shed that's like 15 yards away from my garage out back. So I actually have my compressor wired in and mounted out there, and then I ran PVC air lines into the house. So I've got PVC lines that'll run up over to an air reel that I have inside the garage. And then I've also got another port that's outside in my pool area for filling up all the kids' inflatable pool toys. Yeah, the M12 3/8 stubby, that's, I think, one of my most used tools right now. Like, I don't think that I've even got out my Snap-on 3/8 impact in a week.
Probably longer than that.
No. We had it
you
out
got that
working
for the video.
on... Yeah. We had it out working on that ProMaster diesel, but kids' inflatables.
Don't give away all of our secrets. Her name's Ursula.
There you go, Davey. Exactly. Hold off, save your money, and get the 84-inch Epic. If you're wanting to go into an Epic toolbox, save up and get the base toolbox of what you want and build from there. Don't, oh, I can afford a Master right now, so I'll do that. And they're like, oh, I can get a Hutch for that too now. But I want my Epic.
That man to hold off on his wedding to buy a toolbox.
Huh? Yeah. So?
Priority.
So?
Yeah.
New vehicle for mobile diag. Hold off and buy the toolbox. There you go. What impact would I recommend? The 1/2-inch one would definitely be the Milwaukee M18 big ball bustin' impact. That thing's awesome. Toolbox then wedding. Hell yes.
Chris said she's hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
She is.
She is. She's pretty awesome. See, there you go. Just start a GoFundMe so you can have both. This is so my wife doesn't leave me, and I can also have my toolbox. Watching a lot of adult sites lately.
It's my dick in a toolbox.
That's a good name. Magnum PSI. That's a good one. That's another thing that cracks me up. So I get notifications on my phone from all the new subscribers that subscribe to my channel, and I save some of those, the listings on my emails, just to show people what kind of people subscribe to the channel. So what were some of the good ones from this last week?
What was the one you said? This is me?
Yeah. I am I, this me.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Look in your mail.
I put them in archive now. But yeah, some people have some very crazy Gmail names. Let's see.
You have a ton of them from just right now.
Mm-hmm. Let's see.
All now.
Ricky Mom.
I'm trying to remember some of the funny ones.
Weekend Hooker has subscribed to me on YouTube. Thank you, Weekend Hooker, for the YouTube subscription.
Seems appropriate.
Mm-hmm. I am great. Has subscribed.
If any of you guys are
1955 Gaylord. Yep.
if any of you guys are Reddit fans and you haven't checked this subreddit out, something else to give you some good chuckles throughout the week, go check out one that's called Just Rolled Into the Shop. They've got some
Those are some funny ones.
they got some pretty funny stuff in there from customers bringing vehicles in and guys be like, really?
I hammered your mom. Subscribe to you on YouTube. It's legit. Like, these are for real things on here.
Alden sent you an email of the toolbox he has. In your Rust Belt mechanic inbox. Yeah, Reddit does have some wild shit. Yeah, Jake knows what I'm talking about.
It's not yet come through.
What's your email address again? It is therustbeltmechanic@gmail.com. Oh, we send it on Facebook.
Oh. Well, that's why. I got to switch over. That's the other thing with having all these social media accounts. I got to figure out which one. Am I on my personal one or am I on my Rust Belt one? Or oh, it's so hard keeping up.
Do you guys like JDM cars?
So I haven't really got to mess with a whole lot of them. And it's not a big thing around in this area. I'm not going to say I don't like them or I just don't have any experience with them, but some of them are pretty nice. That's more the Honda guy. That's his jam.
Some guys like push buttons on those ratchets instead of the paddle switches.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so he sent me a picture of his starter toolbox that he's got right now, and legit, this toolbox is bigger than my beginning toolbox. I had a single bank Craftsman with just a single top to it when I first started out. Dude, you've got an awesome setup. That is a really awesome setup.
Get a business cell phone for Rust Belt.
Business cell phone for Rust Belt. Hey, it might get to that point one of these days. Yeah, that's when I started out. I started off as having, I think I had a hand toolbox because I was doing a whole lot of side work. I had a Craftsman hand toolbox, and then at work I brought in my dad's old Craftsman. I think it's a 24-inch wide bottom with a lock bottom and a top that just had like 5 drawers deep. That's what I had to start off with.
Matthew, the donations boxes that you see here, the super chat, for whatever reason, isn't reading over into those, but basically people who donate through super chat eventually will show up there.
We're trying to figure out that overlay of this.
I threw this all together in like 15 minutes, and the follower one's working, obviously, but the donation ones haven't come through, or they're not reading properly, so I'll make sure to get that ironed out before next time.
Somebody asked what I thought of the Eco Diesel. They suck.
They suck.
They just plain suck. There's nothing fun about them. If you got to pull turbo or anything, you're pulling a cab on a truck. In the Grand Cherokee, everything's too freaking tight. They're not fun to work on. They just, people buy them and they got to realize that they're still diesels. So they have a whole lot of soot built up because they just put them through town. They got to go through manual regen so freaking often. And then on top of that, some people, they're just like, oh, I got to put D. What is DEF? So when they have
fluid.
to ask that kind of question when they're going to buy one of these, they shouldn't be owning a diesel. So they're buying like the cheapest DEF fluid that they find stuffed in the corner of an auto parts store, and they wonder why they have an injector plugged up. Because you put cheap, shitty DEF in it.
Suck more than a girl at a glory hole.
What power tools should you get to start off with?
All of them.
Also, depends on the kind of work that you're doing. If you're doing a lot of interior work, some work on dash and electrical stuff, getting a cordless 1/4 inch impact is a must-have. If you're doing tires and brakes and stuff primarily, having an impact to take off wheels and to be able to get everything hammered off that you need to, then that's more important. But going for your most important things is very dependent on what kind of stuff that you're working on.
So 410 wants to know, can you DEF delete EcoDiesels?
I've never seen one yet, and I haven't even seen a kit that works legit yet either. I don't think that they're going to work without a whole lot of tuning and issues, and there's not a big enough market for people to do big tuning on these EcoDiesels right now. Like the big diesel trucks, people bust down the doors to try to get tuning for those, just because there's a huge market for it. People really want it. But people to do tuned and deleted EcoDiesel trucks and Grand Cherokees, there's not a market for it. So it's not going to be one of those things where people are going to spend $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 as a company just to start to try to program these things. It's not one of those things that people are really going to jump at the fact to do.
Demo Man says, I was thinking getting the wife an EcoDiesel Jeep. She commutes 64 miles a day, 95% highway. Should I stay away?
No, highway is the best thing that you can do for those EcoDiesels. If you're not afraid of the work and everything and putting the DEF in and running at those highway miles, then go for it. I don't see that many issues, really. Every once in a while, I've seen an EGR cooler failure, but really not that often.
Andrew wants to know if your Duramax is lifted.
Yes, it is lifted 7 inches with a BDS lift kit, suspension lift kit with Fox shocks. I have a video on my channel that we did the whole me purchasing it and why I did it. And then I did another video on the installation with me in the other shop. And then the reveal video kind of, I guess, on what I thought of it and what I did for it.
So you plan to build your box up like JRC's?
I don't really have a necessity to because I don't own my own shop. He sees a lot wider range of things. Plus he's got his wife that's working with him too. Maybe his daughter someday. Jim, you got new hires coming in? Hiring child labor? I guess what's the child labor law if it's your own child?
I don't know.
I don't think it.
I don't trust my kids to work on vehicles, so I wouldn't. I've never thought about it.
It's just me working with my tools, so I don't have to have multiple sets like he's got. He's got multiple people working out of his toolbox in the shop at the same time, so that's why he's got a lot of tools like he does. So I don't really need it to be that big. I will probably someday add on possibly one more section just for some of the specialty and other pliers and wrenches and stuff that I want to get. See, Pittsburgh tools, they're okay. I own a couple of them.
Except for they're backwards.
They're backwards ass ratchets, though. That's the one thing I don't like about them. There's no labor law for family members. That's right.
Glad somebody's looked that up.
Yeah, like I have the Pittsburgh ratchet in this toolbox, or I did, and it works okay.
Any experience with Tecton tools?
No, I've never owned a Tecton tool.
No.
Yeah, I own a couple of Ryobi tools.
No, we don't only work on Chrysler products.
No, we work on whatever comes into our shop. We are Chrysler specialized and certified, level 3 certified for anything and everything on Chrysler, but But it is not all we work on. We do have a our dealership sells used cars, and we also have a buy here, pay here, kind of cheaper car lot that actually very rarely do we ever see Chryslers in those. Even more often, we see a lot more GMs.
We already have. I mean, I guess we could show again, but
yeah. See the Roy Obi wall? I love my Roy Obi tools. We got that one, and then I've got my saw, and then I picked up my plunge cut today.
Vacuum.
Got the vacuum that we showed earlier also. Yeah, one of those kind of things. I'm getting it fixed. I'm getting it.
There you go. And the Milwaukee box.
And my Milwaukee Tool Box. Yep.
Ryobi's.
You
Yep.
bought that today, huh?
This one? Yeah. I
Why
bought this
you gone
today.
so long?
No, we went there to pick up a dog food holder.
Which we ended up not getting there.
Yeah, not at Home Depot.
It might be kind of my fault because I wanted to go look at the tools.
This was, hey,
Damn it, Captain Ron.
to be all honest, this was like one of the cheapest tool purchases that I.
You know I never gave you shit for
$40.
buying tools.
Wait.
$40
What's she
for
doing
that
right
plunge cut tool. Yeah.
You're awesome.
Milwaukee is where it's at. I've got the Milwaukee stuff for at work, but I've always had Ryobi tools at home. So it's one of those things where I'm just going to stick with that and their selection of tools at home. It's pretty much unmatched by anyone. There's a lot of Ryobi tools that I have that are not offered in those other lines. Giveaway. No, I'm not giving the damn tool away. Yeah, I got that sweeper too.
Sold almost all my air tools for Milwaukee.
And I see a lot of people doing that. There's going to be a lot of shops.
Honestly, how many times have you pulled out your air tools since you bought your?
Very rarely. I think one of the only tools that I haven't seen work great in a shop setting would be like an air hammer. Getting some kind of version of
Technically, it would be an air hammer.
Electric hammering tool, whatever you want to call it. I haven't seen that in a good air tool or air hammer. They don't really come out real great in an electric function.
Tire pressure tool. What was the one that somebody had that was really nice? They said it was JRC, wasn't it? It had the Matco air pressure tool that was lit up and everything.
I don't know.
I remember seeing that on a video.
Mm-hmm.
Or no, maybe it was him or Truckmaster, one of the two. Do you let new technicians borrow your tools? Yes.
So my rule on technicians using my tools, if they are new techs, CAP students who I am helping to train or doing training with, I do not make them purchase those big purchase tools or whatever. I allow them to use any of my tools, but every time they use one, they still have to come and say, hey, can I borrow this tool? Can I use this one? Yes, go ahead. No problem. I'll never say no. But then once you graduate, you become a flat rate technician. If you come to use my tools, I use the same rule that I use across the shop with the other technicians. If you have to use it more than 3 times, I'm going to recommend that you really need to buy it on the truck or get it for yourself.
I mean, I gotta get my own vacuum bleeder.
Eventually. Yeah.
I will want one.
Eventually,
awesome.
yeah. Most hated tool to use. I don't know. That's not something I've actually ever been asked because I enjoy using all of my tools. Now, any kind of Chrysler specialty tool, if I have to go find those, they usually means the job sucks bad enough. So I hate using Chrysler specialty tools.
Slide hammer.
There's the winner.
Yes, that's the one.
Slide hammers or easy outs.
The toilet scrubber brush.
Slide
That's Gary's job.
hammer, because if I'm getting a slide hammer out, Mm-mm. Then we're working on a ProMaster diesel, and we're trying to get injectors out, and those mother truckers ain't ever going to come out. If anybody's ever worked on a 3-liter VM diesel and a ProMaster diesel, you know what I'm talking about. Yes, Dale, I got it.
So 410 Autotech says, do you have to flag Captain Ron hours?
Holy shit. How do you walk through that garage?
It looks like our garage before we cleaned it.
No, legit. That garage looks like our garage before we cleaned it out. We're talking about hoarding. Dale's got a little bit of a hoarding issue. We need to go to Hoarders Anonymous, Dale? Maybe. Maybe.
Do you have the question now?
No, what was the question?
He said you have to flag hours for me.
Yes, because some of the jobs that I work on with him and we do kind of together are warranty jobs, and he does not have the credentials, I guess, through his Chrysler SID to be able to claim that work that he did it. So it's done under my number, so I have to be there watching him. We'll go through it, supervise over it, and give my okay that all the work done has, been up to par on that one. But as for like all the little stuff that he does in the shop on his own, I don't flag that kind of stuff. Tires, oil changes, small brake jobs.
There's some warranty
preps.
stuff that get flagged under me, but not
Prep,
a whole lot.
you can do preps as of right now. Some of that kind of stuff.
Somebody asked about insurance. Where'd it go? Oh, how do you insure your tools? Do you just strictly rely on the shop's insurance policy?
So, yes and no. Most of it is through the shop's insurance policy. Another one is through my own personal insurance. I have a rider policy for that one for a little bit more because the shop's insurance won't cover, I believe, all of what I have. So I have a little bit extra to cover if it were totally to be gone. Yep. Toolbox tours are awesome records for insurance.
Most hated job to do, recalls, and so on. What's the most hated recall we have?
The most hated recall. If I were to see it, and I absolutely hated doing them for some reason, it took more time than it was worth, and they were always just crusty and crummy, and the front ends never wanted to come apart right. But the timing chain recalls on Hemis, I know a lot of guys made a bunch of money doing those, but I never liked doing those. They just took too much time out of my day, and I'm always busy doing other stuff. So to have to do like a freaking 5-hour timing chain recall on a Hemi, I hated doing those. Just picked up the Craftsman Impact screwdrivers, Sears.
Oh yeah, because Sears is going out of business everywhere.
Yeah, you're gonna find some massive deals on Craftsman tools here, since Sears has hit the shitter.
Oh, the sun visor recall. That sucks.
Sun visor recall. See, I like doing that because I made decent money on it. You don't have to take the whole freaking headliner down. You just pull the A pillar and B pillar off, pull it down far enough to get out, and it paid really well. I thought those. Lowe's bought into, and they didn't solely purchase Craftsman, but yes, they now sell Craftsman tools as well. But I mean, some Sears stores, they still have Craftsman stuff in stock, so they got to sell that stuff. So anything that they have in stock is going to be super cheap.
What's the worst thing you've seen being a mechanic?
The worst thing you have seen being a mechanic. I always have a couple of horror stories. Probably one of the worst horror stories that I have was working on a 2002 PT Cruiser. Customer came in because every once in a while it wouldn't start. And it came down to the fact that her shifter was so gummed up with stuff that it didn't think it was all the way in park, so it just wouldn't start. You could move the shifter all the way down and then slam it all the way back up and it would start. But the whole point of this one being the worst one ever was the fact of how bad the nastiness of this car was. There were McDonald's bags that still had food in it, rotting and molding up to the level of the seats. They had used forks and silverware sitting around, baby diapers that were nasty and shit inside the car, dried baby diapers. That stuff was disgusting. The freaking headliner was stained with chocolate milk and moldy shit. So it just absolutely disgusting. You look at it and you just put down plastic sheets, put a tarp over the seat to be able to work on it, put down 3 layers of gloves and a hazmat mask to be able to get into it. So the biggest issue that I had with all this was hanging from the rear view mirror was her credentials, her card to the local hospital where she was a pediatric nurse. So disgusting people can come in all forms, and you would think that somebody who is,
Did you say you got another one that was a phlebotomist?
yeah,
It was the same kind of deal.
mm-hmm, yep, phlebotomist or a pediatric nurse, and they had cars that were nasty like that one.
See, I saw that kind of stuff in people's homes when I used to be a cable tech. I was a cable tech for 10 years prior to...
What made you choose Mopar? It's because I tried to actually get into the GMA set program, and I got kind of pushed off from that one and got hired at a Chrysler dealership and went from there. Dealers that reject cars for work, is mine like that? No, but there are quite a few dealerships around here. There's one dealership here locally that will actually either not refuse cars, but push them off so far as to where the customer won't want to bring it in because they're scheduled out like 4.5 weeks for something dumb if they don't buy their car at that dealership, which is absolutely ridiculous. Just because they're that stuck up about who buys their cars from where. Suck a fat one. That's all I have to say about that. No, we do not turn cars away if they want to bring their car in. Now, we may tell them up front, hey, we're not specialized in doing that. Like I got a shifting on my Ford Escape shift issue on this one. I bought it from you guys. I said, well, it's going to take us more time to do it. We don't have the specialty tools for, checking that a lot of the times, but we'll gladly have a look at it and do what we can with it.
It's the funniest thing you've seen on a car.
Firewall so bad. I've got an eyebrow burn off one time while working on a car. Somebody was spraying brake clean all over an exhaust and poof, lit up, lost his eyebrow. That was pretty funny.
I had a shot come back, hit me in the face.
Yeah, you did.
That was fun.
Finding a dead mouse in the dash. Yeah, I've seen a couple of those. What's even better is you find a whole lot of live mice in the dash.
That's what Lauren just said.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Or that dried dog turd that was on the dash.
Mm-hmm. I had a customer one time with a van. They complained of radio issues. So pulled the dash out, and there's just a giant nest of just shit. And I'm like, well, looks like you had mice at one time. So we start pulling out this nest of just junk. And then all of a sudden, like 3 mice jumped and run across me. I'm like, oh, holy shit. Just like that, too.
I should have been there to see that. That was freaking hilarious.
It was pretty funny. Yep, the live mice. Mm-hmm. Yes, I did get the eyebrow back. It came back to me. The smaller bill. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Favorite vape juice.
I use Mighty Menthol. It's like Scope.
It is literally like Scope.
Mm-hmm. A lot of mice and rats' nests I find on more often under motor and engine cover, under the plastic engine covers. They were really bad on like the Buick and the GM 3800s. Almost 1 out of every 3 of those that I would pull off those engine covers, there'd be a freaking rat's nest underneath of those. Oh yeah, Dale, that was the video on the Trackhawk with the Hellcat motor. Had Anita cylinder head. It's like a $4,000 cylinder head with the gaskets and all the labor and everything. It comes out to like $4,000. So it wasn't like 15 grand, but yeah, it was like $4,000 worth of work with the cylinder head. But it's all under warranty. You know, it got covered by the customer or anything like that. And then I was just, for shits and giggles, asking the parts person in there, because we had that giant supercharger off. And for some reason, somebody told me in chat the one time when I said that I was going to have to do this, they said I better get the engine crane out because it's got like a 150, 200-pound supercharger. It's not that heavy. It's like 90 pounds, enough for, you know, 2 people to just reach way over and be able to pull out, no problem. But we priced out that supercharger and legit $11,600. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. But just for a supercharger.
Warren says, thanks for the Sunday sermon.
That's right.
Have a Happy New Year to yourself, Warren.
Definitely. Thanks for tuning in, bud.
Don't do anything we wouldn't do.
Or do.
Or do.
And then make sure you videotape it.
Yeah, and send it to us.
That's right. Yeah, that supercharger is freaking insane. Which is crazy in itself because I'm pretty sure that you can buy the whole motors, you know, most of the time with like super low miles for like 15 grand. After hours work, do they allow it? Well, I am the shop foreman in the shop, so a lot of the times my tools are in the shop. They are my tools. Yes, it is the shop and everything like that, but they allow us to come in and do work on like our cars or our family members' cars because the owners also would like some work done on their vehicles, and we may not have time during the week, so we'll come in on a weekend or in after hours and get as much work done as we can. Their policy is if you want to come in and get more work done, then come in and get more work done. If you want to work more, bring it on.
Which is why typically we both are in the shop on Saturdays.
Tomorrow, Miss Rustbelt, we're going to work on the Mini. Tomorrow. We got to put a battery in it. I don't think we're going to make a video on putting a battery in a Mini Cooper because it's just in the rear hatch. But tomorrow we're going to put a battery in my Mini Cooper.
So I mean, we need to go to AutoZone tomorrow.
Get in the zone.
AutoZone.
Mm-hmm. Super exciting. Maybe we should make a video out of it and have Miss Rustbelt put the battery in. You think she could do it? I think she could do that. Yeah, you're a Mini Cooper. I'm not going to claim that thing. It's whatever.
I'm just going to look this way.
Right, and I understand that. Cool. I understand that, you know, not being able to come in on Sundays, but I have a key to the dealership, and, you know, because I'm the shop foreman, we can come in and do a lot of that stuff all on our own. So, like when the other guys, the hourly guys, they want to get some more hours in, they're more than welcome to go in. They just have to have somebody there who is either a manager or myself come in and assist them with getting what they need done. Get the family involved. JRC, I feel bad. I started watching you and the wife's video doing the spark plug dueling thing today, but I got like, I don't know, like 12 minutes in, right when she was still kicking your butt on putting the spark plugs in, but I didn't get to watch the end. But I really want to know.
I just assumed she won.
I assumed she won too because she was royally kicking your butt and you were just making too many excuses. She did. She spent a lot of time doing drawings today.
Yep.
She likes to draw drawings. Yep. So yeah, we might have to do a Miss Rust Belt video. I hear her cracking up because she likes to draw drawings.
She likes to draw drawings.
He did. Kept her the easy side.
Demo man, have a good night, man. Have a good New Year.
Thanks for tuning in. Jim, you won? You came back and you won? Yes, we can put the Mini in the nice warm garage. We can do that. We will do that tomorrow.
Do you think both of them would be down for the how-to video on changing tires?
We seriously need to do that. So his wife has the worst luck out of anybody when it comes to tires. Whenever she leaves, we're worried that she's going to hit something on the road. I don't know if she's got just a magnetic personality or what, but seems to draw everything to her tires. She always gets like 2.5 hours away because she's got to go over to Indiana here and there. She'll get over into Indiana and she's like, oh, I blew a tire on the road. I need to change it out. And then she can't get the lug nuts off because they're like frozen or locked on. And then,
or the acorns swell and spin.
Yep, the lug nut won't come off because they're swollen. She just got awesome luck with that. So I think we need to do a how-to course on changing out your tire on the side of the road. Now, I'm not saying she has to have it because she about figured it out. It just kind of kicked her ass. But maybe we need to put some better tooling in there so she can do it a little bit better.
We're gonna have to. Are we gonna have to buy more impacts? Is that what we're saying?
Yeah, GSXR. Just send me an email and we can work it through PayPal and such. Oh man, I love those Hemis and those things pay like 2.1 or 2.2 hours to do plugs in. Yeah, you're hanging over and they kind of suck to work on the Hemis. It's a little bit of extra work, but they pay really good. Yeah, just get her a $450 Milwaukee half-inch impact to keep in the Mini with her. There we go. Oh, we getting a visitor, the pain in the ass pup. This is the pup from last week that was being such a pain on the live stream. This is Charlotte. Rust Belt pup. What's up, pup? She is 6 months old now. Yeah, the booster's right in the way, but if you do it in through the fender well, you get more room.
She's sleepy.
Mm-hmm. Now, JRC, or do you use a truck creeper, an over-the-hood truck creeper on them?
I'm gonna go back to bed. I'll take you back inside.
Night pup. Yeah, that pup, that one that you posted, Yoda, that's a big boy. She's gonna be a big one. You don't have one of the truck creepers? Oh man. Especially if we're working on Hemis. Now, Jim, you are going to have to get one, especially when you're getting into these newer vehicles. Like, I don't know, Chris, have you worked on any of the 19 Rams? The Hemis and those, they're tucked back even farther into the cowl that you can't reach hardly jack squat in those things without literally like laying across the freaking motor. So it's almost going to be a necessity coming up. So I would recommend that you get one of those. We don't have a Snap-on one or anything fancy like that. We have one from Harbor Freight that we use in the shop. Now, granted, the pad is, taken the shit over the years, but we always put some of those gardening pads to lay on down on it.
Can you borrow this? How do I run this thing?
Why? Can't figure it out?
I could go make the glory hole.
Whatever. See, I don't know about the under dash creeper. I don't have a whole lot of issue getting under dashes like that. I don't know. I guess I'm just a little bit more nimbly bibbly. But I don't have a problem with working under dashes, and I think that those under dash creepers just kind of get in the way more than what they're used to.
Are those the ones that you can lay down?
It lays
like
on the sill right there, and it's got one leg at the very end, so you just lay across that under the dash. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but those over the hood truck creepers, they're pretty nice to work on, especially for the bigger stuff.
I still need to get me an actual creeper for work.
Will the big creeper hold 330 pounds? Yeah, it will. It will. We had a guy that worked in our shop before, Big Ralph. Big Ralph he's a big boy, and he laid across that truck creeper, and you thought that thing like, ooh, that looks scary, but dude, he laid across it so much more than most of the other guys did, but it held him just fine.
Tire steps.
I've seen the tire steps, but again, they don't help as much because a lot of especially the dashes or the Dodges that we work on, those front wheels, if you put the tire steps onto those, you're working back towards the hood too much. If the hood wasn't there, it would work, but you're working too far back to work on much of anything. The diesels are a little bit better, but still most of the Dodges, you put a tire step on and you're too back too far to work on much.
More photos.
His pups.
Aww.
Oh, he's got some cute pups too. Aiden.
Oh. That one looks like Max from Secret Life.
Secret Life Max, yeah. Have a decent. Yeah, you have to have a bigger tire. If you don't have a 33-inch tire, they don't work so well. The tire steps.
Hi. How are you? Hey, so we got an idea.
Okay.
You want to be in a video?
Sure. You're not gonna make me do an oil change, right?
Nope.
Makes you change the tire on the side of the road.
I can do that.
8
Yes,
puppies
yes,
right
we know.
now?
We know.
Jeez. I couldn't imagine.
And
We've
then we're
got-
also putting in a glory hole.
Okay.
Does lift kits
I can
void
always go to a truck
factory?
stop for that. I mean, you know.
It just depends on what lift kits that you're putting on.
Hey,
Like the videos that I've done for the 19 Ram lift kits, they don't void factory warranty because they're factory parts. So no, they don't. Or it depends on where you get them from. Like our dealership, we are a dealer of Rocky Ridge trucks and Jeeps that come with aftermarket lift kits, but they are covered under a 336 basic warranty for them, and they are a certified upfitter through FCA, through Chrysler, so they can sell those and they can have the standard factory warranty that Chrysler accepts. Chrysler's not going to pay for warranty on any of their stuff, but they don't void any of the Chrysler warranty also.
yeah, we know.
Any more plans for the?
It's not on purpose.
What?
Lindsay came in, she goes, the flag is backwards.
Yeah, we've heard that. Y'all know the Duramax is not done. It's one of those things where it's fucking cold in Ohio right now, and my garage does not fit a Duramax in it. So I've done a
Especially
couple
a
of
long
little
bed.
things in the shop because I don't have that much time to do any bigger things to them. But I've seen many dealers refuse warranty work on trucks that they didn't install the kit on. Well, Ryan, that's another one of those issues where shitty dealerships. If it's a Mopar part, it's put on, it's under warranty, then they should cover it, no questions asked. For those dealerships that I don't work on it because I didn't put shit on, you're a bunch of pussies.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a freaking car. It's got nuts, bolts, wheels, tires. Just work on the shit. Rocky Ridge is 10 minutes from your work. I might be going down to Rocky Ridge maybe in the next couple of months.
I get to go.
Some of the reps from Rocky Ridge have been talking to me, and I might be actually doing some videos for them and their trucks coming up. They liked some of the videos that I did, and I actually did a Rocky Ridge review video on one of their, I guess their more souped up, supercharged Hemi trucks for the dealership that I work at. So they liked that. So I might be going down there sometime soon.
That'd be fun.
Mm-hmm. He's from the Michigan. Oh, I would. Definitely. You went for a power steering leak and they said they don't work on leaks. It's called BS. Take them to the Better Business Bureau. Put that shit all over Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
Tell them how shitty they are. They'd work on it for free then. Thanks, Eric Lentz.
Last time you turned wrenches on a Crossfire, did we have one of those in like last month?
Yeah, we had one in last month. It had actually a bunch of stupid electric. No, it was a little farther back than that.
A couple months.
It was like 4 or 5 months ago. We had a power seat issue. The seats wouldn't work right when the doors were closed, but they seemed to work a little bit better when the doors were open. It ended up being some goofy, weird, freaking Mercedes relay for the power seats. It's like this 9-pin relay, and that's what it ended up being.
But I remember trying to get in it.
It was kind of a nightmare. Plus, I hate Crossfires in the first place because getting in them just makes us look like we're sitting on like a Cracker Jack toy.
It's like getting a Prowler.
Yeah, Prowlers are just as bad. Prowlers. Yeah, Rocky Ridge is down in Georgia. Jeremy, their head of operations, is who I've been dealing with, and I'm thinking we might be doing something with them up here in Ohio. There's a show called the Dayton Off-Road Expo. I got an invite to bring my truck to that, so we might be doing that one along with Rocky Ridge and maybe another one of our upfitters or something there. That'll be something cool. That's like late February, so it'll be coming up in another month and a half, 2 months.
How often we see Prowlers?
Only
once.
Only one of them, because one of the owners has a Prowler. Who's that garage? We can have a shame. Call him. Into fixing it, shaming a dealership into fixing the shit that they should fix. I mean, that's what social media is for too.
Yep.
Now I think it's bullshit that some customers get on there and complain about stuff that they don't know and they don't understand. I've had that issue quite a few times, especially recently.
Yep.
Yeah. Are Prowlers still around? Yes, they are, unfortunately. One of the owners of our dealership has a very low mileage, like a 35,000 original mile Prowler, 98 Prowler. And they're such a pain. But it's actually a very pretty car. It's in like showroom condition. It's very nice. I hate working on it because I hate driving it. I want to like it. I really want to, but I can't. Never seen. I had the pleasure of working on a Prowler. You're not missing anything, Chris. Nothing. You're not missing anything at all. Like,
Front reminds me of a PT Cruiser.
yeah, it's a lot smaller than a PT Cruiser, but it's got an LHS motor in it, and it's got PT Cruiser window switches. It's a hack job of Chrysler. It looks futuristic for the time that it was put out, but they just took a bunch of pieces and parts from a bunch of other shit and put it all in there. It's kind of cool. The transmission is in the rear, engine's in the front, transmission's in the rear with a transfer tube, kind of like a Corvette, earlier Corvette or whatever. where they have the transmission in the back. Very well balanced vehicle. Their rear tires are like 11 inches wide. They're pretty neat. Any time on warranty jobs? Cabral, our dealership, it just depends on what it is. Chrysler warranty is kind of a finicky thing to work with. The rate times that they have are only paid up through so much, and then they require extensive diagnostic. Now, if you have like notes on your forms that are extremely well detailed, like, yeah, for checking this one out, I had to check this circuit Z24 from the BCM to the PCM. I found that there was something wrong in that, which was underneath the intake manifold, so I had to pull the intake manifold to check this wire to do this and fix this wiring. If you have that kind of documentation when you're doing warranty work, they usually don't have any issues with on paying it. On other diag things like evap issues and such, usually the most time that you're going to get on Chrysler diag time for not fixing a vehicle is going to be like 9/10. Anything over 9/10, you have to have a little bit more. You have to have a more extensive story when it comes to explaining your claim for more warranty time.
410, have a good night, and Happy New Year to you too, sir.
Thanks, bud. Appreciate you tuning in.
We've been going for almost 2.5 hours. We still got 44 people in here.
Hell yeah, we do, because you guys are badass. This is just after 10. Chrysler warranty. Chrysler. You have to write good stories and have good reasons. Jim, you like the new Pacificas? Captain Ron wants a Pacifica. That's a pretty badass man band.
I won't lie.
I really want to get somebody who wants to put some nice wheels and stuff on. They're really nice. That I don't have a whole lot of issues with them. They have a couple little finicky radio issues, but you know, that's not really nothing, you know, big to throw a stick at. They had some issues with having a seal break inside of their purge solenoids, but again, the purge solenoid is sitting right on top. You take the engine cover off, oh look, there's a purge solenoid. So that needs changed out because it's all black and full of junk. They're not that bad. Software, as always, and everything, software needs updated here and there. Those are pretty nice. I have one Pacifica that I'm going to be working on this next week. I don't know, do you guys think that you would like to see a video on a hybrid Pacifica? I've got one that we've got to work on.
Is that the one sitting out back?
Yeah, I've got a transmission motor unit that needs replaced in a hybrid Pacifica. We waited on a freaking hybrid motor transmission thing for freaking like 3 or 4 months now. So we need to do some checking on the hybrid system, make sure everything's still working, because I know the batteries are freaking dead by now.
It's on the charger.
Yep, not that one.
There was one.
It's the red one.
No, that one.
Yeah, you guys would like to see stuff like that? Okay, I think we can make a video on that one. I don't think it's going to be too rough, but it's going to be a lot different because you have to do isolation tests to make sure the hybrid voltage system is separated from the 12-volt system, so you're not going to fucking kill yourself or anybody else that walks by and touches the vehicle.
Does that mean we actually have to get the hybrid stuff out?
We actually have to get the hybrid stuff out. I know where it's at. We just
do
did tool inventory.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that would be a good one because you're going to see a lot more hybrid stuff working here in the next couple of years. Every video.
Any video at work would be awesome.
I don't tend to do a whole lot of videos at work just because I think it's taking away from my flat rate and actual work and teaching and time that I'm putting in there. I don't know if it's just me or whatnot, but some of the times I don't feel like I'm working up to par, I guess I would call it, when I'm doing videos there. That switch just flipped.
Which one?
I don't know if it did or not. That fridge that's plugged into the wall, that would be an outlet. Hybrids.
That one's still on.
Oh, I guess not then. Thanks, Andy. Appreciate you tuning in. I guess not. They just shut off.
Freezer, do you vape, bro?
Yeah, the full shutdown process on the hybrids, it kind of sucks just because you have to unhook the hybrid battery, or you're wanting to check your voltages and make sure the isolation is good before you do that. So you're checking it's like a 300 volt system. You're checking the resistance, I guess, the isolation between the high voltage 300 volt system and the 12 volt system to make sure you don't have any cross contamination, I guess, of the voltages, so you're not going to get shocked in the 12 volt system at 300 volts. Checking for that, your voltage output, and then you're going to be doing a power down procedure, and then unhooking the master switch, the master disconnect.
See you tomorrow, Andy.
Am I going to add more to be like the JRC Toolbox? Not anytime soon. I'm not going that big anytime soon. I still have extra room in my cabinets. But Jim, are you listening? I have got a pretty cool video coming up on making my power locks smart locks coming up. I got I'm waiting on one more part to come in. I've got most of the parts to do it, but I'm waiting on one more connection point.
And then you're stealing my key.
Yep, and then I'm stealing Captain Ron's extra key, and my power locks on my Echo locks on my toolbox are going to be smart home enabled. So I can just, from a smartphone or from any Wi-Fi zone, I can just say, hey, Alexa, lock my toolbox. Beep, beep.
Would it be counterintuitive to put an Alexa in your toolbox? You'd be like,
no, that would not be smart. $19 Scat Pack the other day, less power than you remember it having. I don't know, they're pretty nice. They're not kind of crazy. I've driven quite a few Hellcats, so it doesn't really match up. Yes, to even touch a hybrid, you have to have gone through. They have a safety course that they have for it, just so you know how to not kill yourself when, just having a hybrid in the shop. And then they have 2 other training courses on the initial certification for the hybrid stuff, and then the advanced diagnostics of it too.
what is going on in there?
Oh, it sounds like the dog's going crazy.
She finally woke up, apparently.
South Dakota for a garage cleaning party. Dude, I spent 2 days on cleaning my garage.
But hey, it looks good.
It looks damn good in here from what it used to. So that picture that I showed you of Dale's garage, that's what my garage looked like. And I'm putting it all out there. It was hard for me to do, but I've got a video that I'm making. Tomorrow I'm finishing up the shooting here with the last bit.
Alexa, play Rick Astley.
Who's got one?
Dale. Wait, I wonder if it went off in there too.
I wonder, could it? Alexa, add cream puffs to my grocery list. Wait, I want to see if this actually does it. How many of you have it?
So I couldn't find a list called grocery list. You just said add food. Alexa, add poo to my shopping list.
This is more fun than I remember. No, you won't see a 3-liter Eco Diesel in there. You'll see a different variant of the 2-liter, I think. Something along those lines. They're
playing with gas though.
Yeah.
Alexa, stop. Alexa.
The 3-liter Eco Diesel. Yeah, hopefully they don't put that in anything else. Yes, we're going to do. Yeah, Jim, I'm waiting to see all your Alexas go off.
Alexa, Simon says JRC is a tool.
He's having too much fun with this. It legit played it. Okay, we're done now. The diesel power challenge, I don't have enough time for that. I think it'd be something cool, but I don't got enough time for that one.
I like this one.
Yeah. Okay, we're done now. We're done with the good stuff. But the beginning of the next video, can't have any guarantees. You guys better unhook your... That's funny to see how many people actually have those sitting around their computers. You see how many...
Have what?
You see how many like commercials are even putting that shit in there?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
It's pretty shitty. What's next for the Duramax? So I've got bumpers in the works. I've got a company that I'm working with. I haven't decided on what I'm going to go with yet for it, but I've got some really badass off-road bumpers that I'm going to be doing for it. After that, I'm probably going to be doing a lift pump, and that'll be a good video because I don't want to do the standard lift pump install like a lot of the other guys do. They think it's cool having the filters and the water separators hanging out below their frame rail. Look at me, I got a lift pump hanging out. Got me a fast system. Yeah. No, I don't like that shit hanging out, so I'm gonna be tucking it up in so you can't even see it. Captain Ron's glory hole jams.
Ooh, I should do that. Oh, you said stop. So I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah, we're done.
Next time.
Oh yeah, I could put a proximity sensor on my toolbox to be able to unlock it.
So
It
do
would
like your
GPS or it would be GPS. Like they have things
geofencing.
Yeah, they have geofencing with your smart home, so it knows when you pull up to your house, it'll automatically turn your lights on. It'll turn your it'll unlock your front door. It'll set your music to whatever you want to. It'll have Alexa play Rick Astley. It could do that. I'm just saying it could. Then after that, I would like to do power upgrades. I'm not going to do anything crazy. My final goal on the Duramax is going to be, I guess, I want to say 500-600 horse. I don't want to do anything crazy because it is my daily driver. I drive that truck everywhere all the time, so I don't want to have it to the point where it's not as reliable. I see a lot of those big aftermarket turbos and injectors having more failure issues than they're worth. So I'm not sure how far I want to go on that yet, but I will be having some power upgrades to it. I also want to bring in another truck into the channel, which hopefully will also be a Dodge. That one I want to make more race truck because it's not going to have to be my daily driver. It'll be more of the Rust Belt Special. I think that'll be a cool build. We get that one in.
And then eventually, if I get a truck, then we can do fun things to it.
Yep.
Because I've actually been tossing around the idea of doing so. Mine wouldn't be a diesel, but whatever.
Yep. Power it up to the max. Yep. I really would, like everybody's been saying, 10K by a Hellcat. I really want to get a Hellcat, but I'm tossed up.
Where are you at now with all the subs?
Dude, it's been going nuts this weekend.
Everybody, smash that subscribe button.
Ooh, buddy. Ladies always, but wiring a toolbox. Dude, I work with a cattle prodder wired to a toolbox on a remote. That would be freaking evil. That would be dastardly. 9,080 subscribers. Damn, that means we're getting too close to that 10K mark. What's my favorite shop light? I really like the Snap-on E-Carb, the one with the flip out light. That's my daily one that I use. And then also the Snap-on 14.4 underhood light. I love using that one. I used that one in the last video I did of the Track Hawk. I had that one hooked there. Yes, and we will be doing toolbox tours of Piers, Captain Ron's new box, and then Brandon's box. We'll be doing a toolbox tour. We haven't done one of his yet, so that'll be a good one too. He was the other guy in the
Hellcat
video that
video.
we did, the Hellcat, and the other one with the school video. So we can do one of his also. And then next week, I promise, as much as I did, that I will be doing a toolbox tour of my toolbox here at home live, so you guys can ask all the questions and say, oh, look at this, go look at this. I will do that live next Sunday, so make sure you tune in for that one too.
I need my boat tour.
Captain Ron boat tour. Channel from South Main Auto. Erico is a badass dude. He's been doing this longer than me and does a really good job at it. Watching the track, huh? Seriously thought the cylinders were somehow painted orange. Nope, it was coolant.
Ron should do a giveaway of his old box. Ron doesn't have his old box anymore.
Ron traded in his old box
For my new box.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've mentioned several times that whenever you buy, if you're in school and you buy a toolbox, they give it to you at a discounted rate, but you also get a certificate that will allow you to trade it back in at pretty much full cost. So mine I bought for like $2,000. Went to trade it in, I got $4,700 for it to go towards my new box. So
Yep, that was a deal you couldn't pass up.
No.
Totally get that one. Favorite car. So everybody's been telling me what I need to get at 10K for, whatever sub car. But
wait, we're talking favorite new car or favorite car of all time?
so I'm talking cars that are obtainable. Favorite cars of all time. That doesn't even count because nobody can even own half of that shit. So I think the cars that I'm leaning towards the the cars that I really want. I really would like to have a BMW M5.
Mm-hmm.
I really would like to have an Audi S8.
Okay.
I really would like to have a
Prius.
No, a smart car with a Hayabusa engine.
Andrew just said that 10K subs,
Smart car project. Yep.
Just buy you a new
Smart car
Grand
Hayabusa
Cherokee.
swap, or some variant of Hellcat, Charger, Challenger, some version of that one. I'm between those four vehicles are the ones that I would really like to put on the channel.
All right, Dale. Have a good New Year, and make sure you tell Alexa to add something. Fuck. Lost
You
it.
screwed that
I
one
lost
up.
train.
No, there's going to be a video coming out of the garage, getting that one done in the next 2 days. I'm not sure if I'll get it out tomorrow or not, but it'll be in the next 2 days. Thanks for tuning in, JRC. If anybody hasn't checked out his channel, please go over to his channel and subscribe to Big Jim JRC 54's channel. He does some really cool stuff, and he makes my epic toolbox look not very epic.
Yeah, he's kind of cool.
The Beast. He's a cool guy. He's pretty awesome. But on that note, everybody's tuning out. I think that we are going to be cutting this one off. I really appreciate you guys tuning into the channel. We're going to be doing a lot more nifty things over the next week with toolbox tours. We've got Hellcat going to go back together. The garage, we've got some neat stuff with that one. And then I'm also going to be doing a review on the Top Don Artipad Mini. That one's going to be coming up as well. And it's going to be some really neat stuff. So I appreciate it, Captain Ron. I think we're going to tune out.
Yep.
You guys stay awesome.
See you guys. Happy New Year.
Peace.